to the Fix Podcast, episode 216. It's your boy Naro here with Ari Javs.
Yes, I'm here.
Alright,
I'm here. I'm here this week.
Alright. Do you got World Cup fever? I got World Cup fever.
We can see.
I mean,
like you literally come in a uniform. You say, like me look at me and say, wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Is this Netherlands?
The first thing I asked her, I said, what's your fan jersey?
She was like,
buy shirt gear.
why somebody have to buy it? Why can't buy it yourself?
You a broke ass nigga.
But yeah, like you orange. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, all decked out.
For the orange, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Look at you.
Who y'all repping?
This was always your
Is this
country.
Zambia?
You know,
Zambia.
the orange in there, so you know.
Okay.
Netherlands, yeah.
Okay.
Just free the orange.
I thought you would have be supporting anything
Van Dijk, yeah, Netherlands.
Netherlands, Ari, Jesus.
Oh God, wow. Really showing the football now. Wow.
I'm not alone. I'm getting better.
Even Jobs do that.
I have improved.
Wait,
Yeah,
who
he's
did
Dutch.
they see yesterday? Did I play yesterday?
Probably him. He played yesterday.
No.
Netherlands, yeah.
With someone else. My bad.
Wow.
Okay.
It's Tuesday. Yeah, yesterday them play for you.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah.
You wake up 5 o'clock today?
No,
Today is
I woke
Argentina,
up,
right?
Yeah, Argentina
Yeah.
loses Saudi Arabia.
Hilarious.
Hilarious.
Was it? I didn't see the map. I'm not getting up 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
Did
the
you
memes
watch
were
it?
hilarious. I woke up because I did say, I not watch it because Argentina probably going to route them and yeah, man. It probably not
Wow.
going to interest me.
And
So
look at that.
I never did set me alarm to wake up 5 o'clock. I'm like, fuck that. But I wake up like 6:30. I wake up 6:30. I see people say, wait, Argentina lose. I say, blood clot, let me watch the end of this to make sure they lose for real. And yeah, they lost.
Mm-hmm.
And it just goes to show me and Jervis they attack. And I say, I don't know why people so hype on Argentina this year for some reason. Because them did unbeaten for so long. Like. Then them side not that much different from the side
Really?
that we carry the World Cup every other edition
I'm
of
not
the
there.
World
They
Cup.
always hitch their wagon to Messi. So I think Argentina fans are Messi. Yeah.
But the thing is,
I think it
the way all them
Messi.
team design is not that much different from the 2014. 2014? I keep on mixing up the Olympic years and the World Cup.
2018.
2018, yeah. 2014, 2018, the one before that, to like the side or it composed, it's not that much different. Them don't have no midfielder like that. And
And
them
I heard
have some
talks that
gritty
Argentina had a
defender,
strong
but
team.
them always have some good forward, but them
always
can't
share
decide
wagon
who
to
for start.
Messi.
It's the
Messi.
same story every fucking World Cup cycle.
And Messi them are each their wagon too.
That's the same thing I
don't
said.
really see it. So this result, albeit one of the most shocking results them in our World Cup history. Them don't have no Aguirre, so they don't really have that striker like that. Them have I'm named from Inter Milan, Notaro. Yeah, but him alright. Yeah, them never start
Wow.
fucking Martinez, which was stupid. You know what I mean? Man, you ball them up play good for them country. Dummies.
My question is,
Oh my
don't you think
gosh.
Saudi Arabia is a little bit too premature to like have a holiday? Because
No.
they declared it's
Yo.
a holiday.
No.
They beat
Because-
Argentina.
No.
Beat Argentina. So
Big side.
No, what am I saying?
Probably, Lord knows.
It's too
Probably
premature.
Lord knows, wouldn't give you a holiday, but yeah. Cause people say, yo, one for the holiday, be like, nah, get no holiday. Yeah.
Nah, I think
But
it's-
yeah, it would be cause of much celebration, you know, like,
But you're
to
not
beat
even Argentina
Argentina.
out of the group.
No,
though.
but still, for beat a world power of football. Is
Yeah.
if we struggle for beat CONCACAF giant them, much less a super power in football. They're ranked in the top 5. You see me, Fardin special guest. Yeah, join the World Cup talk.
Yeah. I did not know.
You see, but if we beat a world superpower, that would be big.
They're like the underdogs, man.
But the thing is, to celebrate, I think they're prematurely celebrating.
Hey, that would have make our World Cup. Even if we don't make it out of the group, that would have make our World
For
Cup.
declare international holiday.
Yeah.
For one win.
This is true.
36 games.
They were 2 games away from the record. It would be it's a historic win for them.
And this team,
yeah.
nobody in Jamaica beat them.
Yeah.
So
No, but me
The funny thing is we beat the Saudi Arabia team like 2 years ago.
But premature.
I know Messi right now kind of messy.
This is what it tweets say, yo, we do the headline and say, yo, wasteful Argentina after Messi start.
I'm famous for them type of headline.
Really? I'm a big Messi fan.
You are?
Yeah.
You're
not really an Argentina fan, I'm a Messi fan.
Oh, okay.
But this morning, went on the road and come in a bleach. I said, don't go sleep, I've watched the game. And then realize what happened and just say, yo,
look how I could have sleep.
Waste of sleep. But guess what? That show you once again that it's a team sport.
Yes, it is.
And most people say back line, we don't say back line. But the defense side is not good. I don't think the goalkeeper did a good job because I think the first goal should have been kept up by the keeper. The defender, the first goal, the ball go low and bounce just past him. The defender should have do a better job because the defender was running along with him and push him before he got in the box.
Martinez never starts, so yeah, that's
so once him push him should have made the tackle from there, so man get in the box and then still, I'm just like, yo, this is.
And then the second goal, everybody of us.
The
second goal is a killer. The second goal.
Yeah.
And the keeper should, and I still think the keeper should do a
He
better
get a
job.
hand on it, I think.
Yeah, but if he was in the position that he should have been, because him still, the man was going to his left and he was still marking the right post. Right post. So if he came over a little bit more,
You gotta be quicker than that.
he would like get a chance a better.
So which side you care though?
I'm working with Argentina because I'm Messi. I've never bring Argentina before. I'm an Italian fan. But really and truly, of late I just don't want to bring any more European team. Can't bring the colonizer them anymore.
Well, I work with the colonizers that work well with us.
No,
Netherlands.
I am working with the African team and South American team.
No, Netherlands have a good history with black people. While Argentina does not.
With what?
No, Netherlands have a good relationship with black people.
No.
Maybe not historical.
Historically.
I'm just saying I know they're very welcoming to Jamaicans as well.
Okay.
No, listen, like, I love people. So no matter what race you are, I love people. But more, you see, as I said to some people at the time, I said, knowledge is a funny thing. When you start to have certain knowledge and certain things, it makes you look a bit weird. So be aware of it. The Bible says wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is one of the greatest things you can have. But when you get that, you get weird. People that get deep and dive into stuff and know about information, they start move weird and start move crazy after a while because they know too much. So sometimes
that's why I mean people see me as weird to carry Netherlands all these years. Yeah, but
I think the Belgium team is gonna be a good team.
I don't think so. I think them time gone. I
think they're a good team to sneak up on that pass because for the past 2 World Cups or 3 World Cups, they've been consistently working towards it. So people expected them from the last World Cup. So can't count them out.
I'm not counting them out. I'm not doing there. I mean, I think so. Wait, your side, I don't know. You know, declare your team, Ari.
I've always said it was Germany.
Okay, just declare publicly for the record.
I know the chance of winning this time is slim. I'm not expecting anything great.
No, Germans, you can never bet against the Germans.
And that's the thing, I'll go on even though I don't, but you see Germany and Italy are 2 teams, 2 legacy teams that I don't rule them out none time. No matter how them are coming out of the tournament. So even though, so hype on them right now, I'd still encourage you to keep some because Germany are one of them side. They have the talent.
Well machine.
Yeah, like
you cannot run joke. Football. It's like German engineering. You can't run no joke with it. That is what it really is.
Yeah.
I think so.
So Ari, we're going to watch.
Well, we can't vex with them because then treat us ill, but I'm a rock with them.
That's why I'm saying the more you know, I start back off from it and say, yo, I'm stay to my little African team then because I'm looking forward to one of these African teams going through.
Senegal would have been that team this year, but Sadio Mane injury kind of fucked that up.
Yeah. I saw that coming. But listen, Africans, them run for 110 minutes because them fit. And the place is hot. And they be used to the heat. So them man, they go run up and down like nothing happen. Because what I expected to happen this morning after watching Saudi Arabia run for like the match, entirety of the match. I just thought that they would have run out of gas by the 80th minute, and they didn't.
Them defend with heart.
Yeah.
One spirit.
You could see.
Yeah.
Can they want also World Cup? But question.
Which they're probably going to 20.
That is going to be my next question. So would I watch Naro say, yo, there's a FIFA documentary in FIFA Uncovered.
Yeah, I was watching it.
You watching?
I was watching bits of it.
Javi, yeah, after watching.
Bits of
FIFA coming like a fucking mafia.
Yeah.
But people must realize that all of these organizations run off of some mafia.
Mafia-like
on the outlook is squeaky clean.
Yeah.
But
but it's not even from the outlook, because I think everybody in the world knows and accepts that FIFA is one of the most corrupt organizations.
Nobody never really
Set that been look like a mafia boss or whatever else. Look for him to look like somebody who had in a
and
mafia
he's what,
movie.
Italian?
No, Swiss.
Swiss?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
But it's Swiss Italian. Yeah, I think
yeah.
Swiss Italian.
But him run a nice little mafia circuit because remember said the Jack Warner from Trinidad and Tobago.
Watch it. The man say, if you're pious.
Hold on, if you get ready, if you get this ready to cause it.
Corruption.
He said, if you're pious, start a church. So I was having the conversation with Naro. And I was having it with my mom and my brother, but them cussed me. Because I guess how I posed the question, it was a bit, But I was saying that when you watch it, like, I kind of understand why them do what them do. And in a way, I get it. I get it. Like, I wouldn't want to say I'm in agreement, but is that me I say, all right.
Understandable.
But the thing is, the reason why it all failed and crumbled is because they were greedy.
It always end up with that.
Them did just do too much, and they thought that they were untouchable. Like when you do them like a shady shit, they have
we can get away with this.
Yeah, and they really thought they were untouchable.
Rigged because everything was well rigged and they were in control. But you know what? Watching it, I am pleased to a certain extent because guess what? It was up to the world superpowers.
Yeah.
None of these little countries wouldn't have gotten any chance to host the World Cup.
So that's the question. That's the question. Do you think corruption in some way have a place in business?
No. We don't want once you let in one minute piece of corruption, it'll go grow and grow. You give them an inch, as Granny say, they want to take a mile and it'll go bill and bill and bill and bill. So you just want to try to leave it alone. Because once you start create that grey area there, somebody are going to try overstep the boundary. And
what if we do this?
Because I think that is it. They never have no integrity. Yeah. Because even if Qatar said them are going to give them a little, them are sweeten the pot, essentially. But like Qatar was just like, okay, I'm going to give you something. But they look at it and realize that if it was a good place, like South Africa, they claim that they paid the people them like 10 million. I think them said them paid Jack Warner $10 million, give $1 million to Chuck Blazer, and the other 9, no one knows. Jack Warner said it was supposed to be for the development of football. But anyways. But may I say to myself...
said that pissed me off more than anything.
Yeah. So may I say to... Yeah, you're saying. But
I'm assuming that one.
What me I get to is that me I say South Africa probably wouldn't even get the opportunity because these white Europeans would control this and whatever. So them say, all right, we literally can host one and it will be good and whatever. And Sepp Blatter with him idealistic self, and it's like, football brings the world together and apartheid and whatever.
Was a good sales pitch, was a great sales pitch to cover whatever what he was doing.
Then you see the other side of the coin where Qatar is hosting, where they were not fit to host.
Qatar.
Qatar.
But me say if they had integrity and they must say like me I give them, I say, well, thanks, but no thanks. Because honestly, it wouldn't make sense. Because I say even if you do take something for, like you take a little for them, take something from South Africa, of course you can get the glory and bring the work up to South Africa. Them just get something for sweeten the deal. But when you gotta take it where you not have no integrity, it's like if anybody can come and pay and you just do whatever, that's when it ruins it. But I mean,
I'm still laughing because I'm just saying South Africa it was beautiful to know it was in the motherland.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
it
that was
like
beautiful.
the colors and everything. But
Yeah.
as you said, if they never come and run some money on the table,
Yeah.
America, they're gone with it, Canada, they're gone with it. Some
The
European
these
company,
white
they're gone with
countries,
it.
yeah.
And then
That's pre this now, Koolface.
Yeah, I have to watch it.
Why
Must have pieces of
have
it.
there been no talks for the Caribbean to host no World Cup?
Because we can't host.
Because one, we not have money for give under the team. So this is part of it that I'm
Not
pissed
enough.
about now. Because Jack Warner there, the thing. Jack Warner get money,
Of course.
for put towards development of football in
the
a
Caribbean.
That is what they say.
and no fight,
Yeah.
We not say no growth in the Bombard thing years now. While there has been significant growth
In
in
Africa.
all over. You see, with the Bombard amount of world class players who have been a rise in a recent years.
So,
you see, while none not invested. So the Bombard dirty stadium have dirty. The only reason why it reach any type of standard because of
Tracks.
track and the blue track.
Yeah.
Otherwise, in a world class stadium, right? You know how much money could have go into that for renovate it and make it reach up to a certain
And that is
standard?
why I said with Jack Warner could, because even if him say him get money, like me I said scenario, Jack Warner is a billionaire, you know. Most of these people are billionaires, you know, them just undeclared. That's fucking
Yeah,
they're billionaires just undeclared. But what make it even egregious, and I can understand why Naro upset too, is like if you get $10 million, you get it in the aid of football development. You get $10 million, you give $1 million to your friend, and you take two. The rest, the 7 million, could I do towards like split up now?
Listen.
And that is where you can see.
Do the work, no?
The man then give the man them envelope with money, 40,000. And say, yo, do whatever you want with it towards the development of football. You tell me now, which money I go give in an envelope, cash, towards development and no. Personal money there.
Thank you.
Personal money, that man. That come like per diem. Yeah, man. Go spend. Say a food. You go up and go spend a food.
Yeah.
Buy some NSC tonight and something and party and go someplace.
These people, like them use the name, them just invoke the name of football and say they can do whatever for football.
Yeah,
It's like
man.
anything them do wrong is like for football.
So if them do it, Qatar, the thousands of migrant workers them were dead and now what been that have died over the past several years, them might try and sweep that under the rug. And I said, oh man, but yeah, we're a small country because if you know Qatar and we have similar amount population
size.
You see me? And so,
Yeah, small.
Muslim country and
But I hear that it's like
we trying to further the game in this side of the world and we unite and here what been going with the beer and with the game
no
right,
alcohol.
and everything there. Even though means
can't
of the
take off them
thought say, yo,
shirts.
you have to respect people country you see me? And them religion and everything.
Yeah.
But still, you know say yo, you have certain ideals who don't necessarily fit with this country. This is why this never made no sense in the first place. One, two, you give them it and I pretty say, yo, it's supposed to be a summer thing. Summer in a Qatar coming like hell, literally.
Yep.
Because
Hell.
Yeah.
hot.
Right now, it took me 2-3 days. Honestly, that's why I say I'm kind of in the fever now. The first time I said, because it's weird to me. We in the middle of a fucking season and the season pass to work up. It weird. It don't make no
Yeah,
sense.
it's very weird. Yeah, it's very weird. But guess what?
It don't make no sense.
But guess what? It's November. And what else were you looking forward to in November?
Premier League football.
This extra energy, November officially get an extra energy.
I'll give it
Christmas breeze start blow, World Cup in the air, people are
I'll give-
jumping
but the Premier League always had that
Remember
to be
say summer,
Koolface.
remember say summer, Summer is always an energy, Summer is always a time. You don't have to worry about summer. One summer come, even if nothing happen, people just happy if them can wear shorts and run up and down and everything alright. When them time I come and live in America, remember say like all New York and them place when you go Labor Day parade, the 1st of September, By the next morning when you wake up, the place are rain and get cold and everybody feels saggy,
Yeah.
So now people that are New York and America them place right now, them look so exciting. People want to come outside to go and the energy is good. So and then we get the man gets ticket too for once. So the underdog get fit. This is an underdog thing. When we look at it now, it's an underdog because guess what? A 3 time now, them get sacked too, Africa, South Africa, the World Cup. Remember them never want Russia gets World Cup, you know? Remember say Russia get a World Cup for us, you know how big that is? You know much of these superpowers like and the mumble. And then Qatar get a World Cup now, a little Middle East, a little country to
that was the only thing I'm saying.
Persian Peninsula.
Said that I say he was the person that brought the World Cup to Africa.
It balance out it kind of as much bad as it is. It balance out the playing field a little bit so somebody else can taste
But
because them have the money. America have the money and one bag of thing and them. Listen, America and Canada and all these countries. Right now the next World Cup for appease them, them give the World Cup to Mexico, America and America right now.
Because they're supposed to host that one.
See, so them appease them by give them that no career. If that never they go through, you know, that be hell and powder house, you know.
That's what I laugh. Me have to pause it and I'll dead.
So that is why me and Harry, you understand? So we are laughing now because we know.
Yeah.
We know.
And that's the only reason why you get catching in Javi. And because USA vex you.
Vex. So them a dig up.
So they get FBI money.
Listen me.
Them said no.
England and US were wrong because England should have get the Russia one. US should have get this one. And so they piss off the wrong people.
But listen,
England press when them ready for investigate shit, then are wrong. And US then get pissed and say, yo, FBI we are going to investigate all this shit.
All they catch it at the head of
Something's not right.
But listen,
North America,
all
US
of them do them thing.
a true
All
tax
them do them
evasion
thing.
in the peanut.
Yeah.
At one point, me hear saying we'd have a something an apartment in Trump Tower, only thing
Chuck
cats,
Blazer.
Javi.
Cats.
In cat there.
Chuck Blazer.
Chuck Blazer, the
Oh,
head of
snap.
USA,
See
FIFA,
that?
had only, he was getting so much
So why
money.
him get locked up? I didn't watch all of it. Him get
dead.
locked up? Him
Yeah,
dead.
no, but
He was
he didn't lock
was
him up.
facing
They
prison
use him.
time.
They use him as a informant,
Yeah,
and I saw it on
See,
Ramsey.
so I know so why the person were involved in everything up to me eyeball now. True my American now. Him get to play a plea deal and be informer. And if him never dead, him la probably live in 9 penthouse like nothing happen. And if you know one of them just kill him and say, yo, right now we have to just kill him and make him bank. Cause no ram. You know, consider and a conspiracy theory, but you don't know them, they're not easy.
Yeah. But it's like me, I said though, like corruption, like sometimes I get it. Like sometimes you want things to go through and, you know, with a whole bunch of red tape and bureaucracy, like I said, all right, like you give somebody, but it just, I can't, that's why it kind of piss off my mother and my brother. Like, what kind of question that? And I'm like, no, but if you think about it, like, sometimes certain people, and as the perfect example is South Africa.
Yeah,
the
boy.
African country probably would never have gotten the opportunity to host a World
Tell me
Cup.
that shoot them out.
Exactly, because the US, and I mean, and it would have probably go to these
France,
countries.
US, the UK, all these countries that find a way for always find something to push them out. And
because they have the size for it, them have the infrastructure.
and them have money. South Africa is a place where I will want to go.
Yeah.
South Africa is a place everybody I know go to South Africa.
I always say
and come
it's
back and tell you how
beautiful.
beautiful. I know some people the car money which in South Africa and say, look at this Koolface and them a drive and this big flat straight road and them a drive and them show me like you're driving straight to a big mountain and just a drive to the mountain and the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
It's an American, it's a Western propaganda say most people in Africa poor, you know, them have one of the most billionaires
No,
in the world.
listen, I have learned my lesson about a lot of propaganda after traveling and start to see what it really is. Because
Them
I've gone to
mega billionaires.
the great California, everybody I broke them neck and talk about California. When you go to California, people are sleep on the roadside, homeless people on the beach, go straight when you can't walk in peace and step on people
Wow,
head.
yeah.
But they will never show that. But then I'm going to show one bag of people in Africa are starving and are dead for hungry. Well, sometimes them even cause it. Yes, I'm show you. So
Yeah.
when you start understand what is going on, that's just why start watching it. I was dying with laughter. I'm just like, so Africa, Russia, and now Qatar. I know these guys are just sick to the stomach right now. Like,
But kill them dead, you know. Then not pay nothing, you know. You want to see the Qatar spokesperson. He vex. He said, there was like an expo when it come out and David Beckham come and he the media person when him have to coordinate it and he like for doing pitch. David Beckham come and everybody run got to him. And then he's like, why you never get me that
type of that attention.
Yeah.
So the girl I forgot to him say, you're not David Beckham.
So you know what go on.
Fire her the next
I
day.
mean,
Let me list David Beckham.
I'm just being honest.
Let me list David Beckham.
Right.
look, is that in the old in the
Yeah.
old days? Off with their head.
Yeah. But because
God.
they're so, and then
Them not easy, you know.
so she go out and so she start go out and I say, yo, them buy out the work and them buy out the
She
the
became a
pitch.
whistleblower.
Yeah.
See that though. So she did alright when she like get paid and never get fired.
Yeah.
But she bitter now, she start come whistleblower. She did
That is how them
I saw
frame
them
it.
frame it for real.
That is how them frame it. But
yeah, but it's true.
is
See,
in a way
the money is sweet, the aisle money is sweeter than
no,
the
in a way, Koolface, and I guess it's how them frame it. In a way, that could be, but how them frame it is just that she go and she was fired without just cause. Cause all him vex, but the she did vex say him never get the attention like David Beckham or whatever. So she go back and then I guess work did start and then fire like a couple days after and she go back. And then she say, what? And then she realized, well, then she see world come out and whatever. So she talked about her experience. She never said like she explicitly seen them get money.
Right.
But they were in a hotel room and the conversation came up about money.
Yeah.
So that's what she said. But they kind of frame it like that, and that is how them even use her because them start attack her, threaten her, say she wicked and this and blah blah blah. But
So you get
she's
fired.
just disgruntled ex-employee.
yeah, that's how them literally.
Yeah,
frame it.
but at the same time, she is that.
Yeah.
But she probably said, okay, all right,
things can be
I know some information, and because of the situation when they put me in, I gotta start coming.
But if they never fire them, I'm like, it's stupid. If you see somebody is culpable to your crime, he's an accomplice. You don't fire them. Keep say, shut up.
Yeah, give me more
Shut up.
money
Listen.
and say,
Exactly.
I'm just
Hush
glad
money,
that
yeah.
them just fire her. I love kidding, not find her dead or something.
True.
So
All of that
is something
too,
we have because
yeah.
remember, when it come to
That gave
evil,
me a grimy.
and people want what they want, some people just okay, collateral damage, okay.
But even
But
when it come
Qatar
on to that
itself.
side of the
Yeah.
world, is in Qatar, Saudi Arabia, we've been here the stories of what them
Bad
using, what them
human
going with
rights,
all
yeah.
these things.
Them
And people
no,
are got
women
missing and disappearing.
rights are trampled on daily. That because apparently the woman work up would have happened like couple weeks or it would have happened in the same time. The woman work up, right?
Nah.
What you say? Cause you say it was supposed to be held in Qatar.
No. They
you
have them
say?
all different thing. I'm just saying that it could never be held in Qatar.
Oh no, yeah, because they're too strict when it comes
But
to
think you
women
say
and
because
stuff like
they
that.
would have happened
Because
at the
they
same
wouldn't
time.
want no woman them have to have on some long dress like back in the 1800s
Yeah.
and stuff like that for be able to play.
To play
And
football.
but you know what? I respect it because you know what my problem with it is because everybody's like, oh, we should be able to wear the gay flag and ray. Listen, and people have to realize. Remember, say we a crocodile. I always say people say crocodile upon my book. So people say, yo, me they are foreign and me a drive and carry on bridge.
Oh, you
and,
mean your passport?
yeah, my passport. I bring a book. That's what I call it, book. Yeah, that's a slang. Says book. Well, it's what they put in your book. So when I drive now car, my original come pick me up and on the road I drive and my youth in the car start light a spliff. Like him light a spliff and stop my brother and say, is weed legal in the state? And I say, no, but you don't know. I say, you don't know. Stop the car right now. I say, what? I say, stop the car right now. I say, yo, 200 white, and me are the blackest man. I said, crocodile on my book. If police stop right now, who you think them a take away? Yeah. The black man with crocodile on him foot, on him book, we come from Jamaica, me gone. Everything else on my book, get food, get name. Pan your quarter farm, what pan your quarter farm?
5 pineapple and 2 a man and a woman.
Them eat out the pineapple and the banana them. They tie our wax them extinct and the crocodile alone left. You have to protect the crocodile. So they band that guy say, yo, we don't smoke no weed in the car with
let me up, make me walk.
Yo, me walk, come now, make you come tie me up and say Jamaicans don't have no luck.
Yeah.
Black people don't have no luck in America. Because you know, me come Uncle Sam, me just come do what I'm supposed to do and left. Me even want to stay too long. When I'm asking, who you both listen, Jamaica, down there the politician them wicked, gunman on me and one bag of thing and ray. But you what?
Yo, you see all like
Stick to the evil you know down there.
you see all like Qatar and Saudi Arabia, like them use sports as propaganda. It would have been great propaganda for we too, you know, say, yo, we don't really have kids. We're not a bad place like that. Crime not really so bad. Look how we have a nice World Cup here. What you tourists, right?
That not gonna work.
That's what them basically use. Them use Saudi Arabia use WWE as propaganda. You see me? If you know about that, the whole deal there, is me, is a big controversy.
But here, why can work in those places? Because them have a control over social media and the internet and themselves. So certain things can lock in. Remember, so Jamaica reach a point where if a man step on a man towards you, step on a man towards you, and say, before you can say, a man video it already. If somebody dead, you know, because even though sometimes it's sickening to me, sometimes some people did certain way and people just video it and with a post and them things in the light. Them something, brother. So it can't hide. If we could have done that, we could have said, we are cover it up because even Remember say, tourism in Jamaica is the biggest product according to quote unquote the government. And so like Moby, you know, this was a place from ever since people say, oh, Montego Bay. Everybody think about Montego Bay. No, them are the shooting on the strip of Montego Bay. And them think they right now. So me I say, so Minister of Tourism, you're not supposed to sit down with the Minister of Security and find a way out for fix things because it will affect how much visitors we have and tourism and everything. So it not affect each other.
You know when I say that tourism isn't really affected by the crime.
It is. Because advisory.
They say
it is.
Because most tourists, they go to the
resorts.
Hotels. And when you're in the hotels, you're insulated. So they don't, what's happening out in the
and all of them staying at the hotel though.
And we've heard stories, some of them get robbed and
but look, but this is it. We know them always are gonna try find something for pretty it up. We know a lot of people come to Jamaica and them come and go. Like when we travel, I don't know if you do the same thing. When I travel, I go everywhere. So if I go, like
because you want to see the country.
Me want to see the country. Me don't want to see the resort. Me don't want to see the hotel. Me want to go but mingle the people. Me want to understand the culture. What the slang them want to know everything. So you have people come at the resort and they must stay for a week. And the first 3 days them go and run through the resort and eat the food and go to the beach and read. Them and say, yes, it's beautiful, but I want something else. Billy Bob, let's go on the road. Find somebody who go on the road and want to go up on the road and go up on the street and they want to go Margaretaville and they want to go Yas and they want to go local spot, they want to go strip club, they want to things, cultural things. So a lot of people are leaving the resorts to come on the road. So if they're not coming off the road and going in an obscure place,
they want the nightlife, the dance.
They go to the strip. So if the strip know where people are shoot people in a broad daylight on the strip with camera, there's one bag of thing. And tourists are walk on the road and rear. No, bro, it affects things because they have advisory where to go and where not to go and all of these things.
I'm laughing because you know these white people are like, dude, you won't believe what I just saw in Jamaica, man.
Them get
I just saw someone get killed right in front of me, man. Oh my God, it was so cool, man. It was bad, but it was so cool, man.
That's so much. That's probably the minority.
If him experience how him do it at Jamaica, him tell you like exciting, isn't it? No,
like Andrew Tate, I'm a huge fan of Andrew Tate. I have a song to drop named Top G Andrew Tate right now. That's done by Nickapella as well. So I have that to drop soon. I'm a big fan. And I'm putting him on to him and say, yo, check this guy, listen to him and say, and go to him thing them and let's listen to him information when he come up and say. Last night, after 3 them time there, I go a Burger King half a tree. I'm go half a tree. I see a whole bunch of, must about 3 or 4 little white kids. Two guy and a girl in there come buy food in the night. So them are exchange student. They're from Germany. And they're talking to me, so they're trying to get their Uber, but them Wi-Fi wasn't working good or whatever. Them data wasn't working. And was trying to find out if the Uber, 2 of them cancel already and try to find it. And there was 3 o'clock in the morning, come buy 1 bag of Burger King and people in there help him and somebody and them ask me. I say, yeah man, and my data never got through. I'm call somebody for hotspot time getting through. And when him come outside now, I say I said, don't you go outside. I said, go outside and stand up at the front. Don't come out of the parking lot. Stand up where I make them pick you up. Him say, oh, them said reach and stuff. And so where it is, him say, him is a Mitsubishi van, car or whatever, and him can't find something. I said, oh, no, don't move. And I walked around to the next side of Burger King, looking the driving parking lot. I saw Mitsubishi the light on, the hazard on. And I said, that should be it. But the car was parking at a dark spot further up. So I walk and say, you're the Uber. And I said, listen. You can't come and pick up people in a dark area and stuff like that. That don't make no sense. Drive around to the front and they're at the front waiting now. When them drive around to the front, I come and say, that's the car. Make sure you check everything and go. And they say, okay. And them go. I say, thanks. I say, yeah, man, minute. They must stay at Ocean Tower. They are exchange students that staying in exchange students to Tennessee and they came to Jamaica for some reason. They're staying down by Ocean Towers, downtown Kingston. And they wanted that. And I make sure stop and make sure so them safely get in at them cab and go. So me I say, I know Jamaicans are very protective and we treat people, Jamaicans when me grow, my mother come off our bed and give somebody a visitor to come sleep or they come from foreign country anyway. And we grew up extending that kind of courtesy to people. Even though we there kill for one for nothing and one bag of thing. Tourists don't really get hurt. But the way the shooting and the thing them wild right now. You know, take nothing for a man but some wild shot and catch the wrong person. And like a gun have sense and shot not have eye.
Because we usually frying for tourists.
So you say? No, but it's just overall. It's not, for me, I wouldn't say frightening. We just always treat people good. And after traveling so much, it's even worse.
He's
You
like,
know?
nah.
Do we?
No trouble is, listen, when you travel going away and people just treat you good. Like one of the best stories of the Olympics is when, what's his name? The Erdler guy, I think it is. He lost his way, parchment, and never and the lady said, no one give him fear and everything, put him back on the train, and him go win, and him come back, and I said, it's got them kind of thing that make you realize, say, yo, if you go on the road and people treat you good, even if I don't even know them, and see people on the road, and then people call me all the time from all overseas and say, yo, two of my friends are coming in and they want to go up on the road in a Koolface, I can't go for them. I'm gonna go pick them up and drive like me a tour guide and drive up and down with them all over the place and kill them up and down. You good peoples, man.
Yeah, one and two good.
So I do that all the time just because when I go anywhere and people treat me good, man, I've hardly go anywhere in the world and people don't treat me good. So I just want to show appreciation and just return that kind of energy to anybody that comes to Jamaica.
Yeah.
So there's stuff, things we want to fix and think, but Jamaica the nicest place, you know. We're the nicest, worstest people you can find as themselves.
You see that a while ago? It could be more accurate. We're the nicest, worstest
people you can find. Just don't offend us and rub us the wrong way and we're good. But when we're nice, we come like fat people. You know fat people? Yeah. Fat people don't have the in between, you know. They don't really have the middle ground, you know. Fat people, either extremely nice or them extremely fierce and grumpy.
I went somewhere else with them and think that's like they usually round all the time.
No.
Really? I just thought they're happy when they're well fed.
Fat people.
I was thinking that.
Why are you so offended by that?
No, what do you call it? Fat people. When I say fat, you weigh certain pounds. Fat people. Some of the nicest people you can find.
Like that team music.
When fat people nice, when fat people nice, nobody nicer than fat people.
True.
And when they're miserable, nobody miserable and face like them.
You are right.
Them don't really have middle ground. So you don't know, so you fat people, they made that go nice, and them have face, they are miserable. But when they're nice, oh God.
Confirm it.
I can't. Because, you know me have a love-hate relationship with fat people. And it's like, I don't really like them when them go on the worst end of that spectrum. But I like them when them nice to be around when them nice.
Them nice, when them nice. And when them
bubbly.
Face to them. That's what them say.
Pun intended.
How we introduce our guest man is walking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I said, man, just fit in like also blending and fitting like a part of the family.
That's why we asked you to pass through today, you know what I mean? Friend of the show, Koolface is in the building. Bless up, sir.
Bless up each and every one.
Taking the time out to be here, you know what I mean? We get to understand, say, I live like 5 minutes away, so why not? You know what I mean? That's far across. It's pull up. You know what I mean?
They just all long, I have my all long till Uncle start killing me. Go get a couple food road, I'll come back.
Yeah, everything kind of start late too, because it gets came late, because
we have an interview before.
You know, because traffic in this area is wicked, you know.
Yeah.
Run joke, you know. You can't study it, you know. You just like, it have intervals of half an hour, like it just empty out.
Yeah.
And then ram again, and then you say, damn, like you just pass half one and come back. The road just ram.
And then when you get over the lights,
then
it's free, and you're like,
again,
what was the
Once
reason?
What
was the reason?
It's weird, but it's a great era to be in. Yeah. This era is like, if we can just manage to make it safe, this is gonna be like a hotspot for tourists and people just come through and don't want to stay in a hotel, Airbnb here, can walk with the food, Canada Embassy, the German Embassy, the African Embassy, Devon House. Yeah. All these food places and restaurants are right here. So it works. But if it's safe enough for people to do so.
Exactly.
But the thief feel bad.
You got robbers.
So that's like the thief them. You know
so but because see, funny enough, I was just walking out, I said, look at you, like maybe in the first farm or second farm out there, barefoot, take off them slippers, have big money. I said, bro, where you live? Where do you do? I live in Majestic Garden. That's weird down Spanish Town roadside. I'm there, I saw big money, I went back, I think. And it's all 7th grade, 8th grade people, like the young youths them. So me I said, what go on with Jamaica government? Them not say they could them on the road and walk up and down. And no human trafficking is so prevalent now, and nobody no one discuss the big old elephant in the room.
Koolface, I heard though, like when you attack the government and
I attack
every
every
societal ill. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying that, but they are aware, because there is the thing recently, the CPFSA and the police released that it's a trend and they're trying their best to curb it, but the parents would have to intervene and stop their child from going on the road to beg.
Put some laws in place.
But there is laws if you don't have your kid, where are you? You're gonna get
enforce it. Enforce it because they have been hiding not just this a government. I'm not just talking about this government that is in power. No, overall, this problem has been here for a minute now, and they've been trying to sweep it on the carpet or the rug or whatever they have, and it's getting worse and worse. It's bad. I'm a father. I have a 13-year-old. So when I drive on the road, I decide to walk and see some little youth at certain hours at 9 o'clock, I drive to my yard, 9 o'clock and see them at the stoplight. Young little youth like 13, 14 years old. What them on the road for 13, 14?
It's different to their father, eh?
As a different brother. I feel it to the core of me. I say, so all of them, all the monies and stuff, we have to do all kind of things in Jamaica. We don't see it fit to try to fix these problems. Because Jamaica is a third world, first world country, you know. You know why?
Again,
you know why?
The paradoxical nature of this country.
You know why? Because guess what? Every time if me and you, if we go to the gate right now, how much luxury cars it pass? How much X5, BMW, Benz?
How much nice apartment? Where them apartment?
I said them. The broke people
if you
that
look
they are
inside of
Jamaica.
some of them ghetto house, them have some of the nicest things inside.
But listen, remember said Bentley they are Jamaica, we don't have road.
Yeah.
Lamborghini they are Jamaica, we don't even have road.
Yeah.
Porsche.
But Lamborghini they are too, man.
Remember say we have a Porsche dealer now.
Yeah.
And we don't even have road. So Jamaica is a third world, first world country. So why we not doing certain things by that standard? Why everything elsewhere we talk about, we can say, I want to hear that, so when you be married, when you ride the place at and rain and something happen, like I say, so how comes the road them so bad, or how comes crime so high, how comes the teachers them not get paid, and the police them not get paid? Why is it like a third world country still and nothing not go on and we try to stretch $1? So when the members say stretch $1, we not take the plane them and I buy the big car them and all of these things are going. So we need for us as a people. As a people, we need to unite and when we look on funny enough to me, which is very funny, and you're gonna laugh. I think name strong and wrong is a common trend we see on TikTok and Instagram, Jamaican slang.
Social media in general.
Social media, strong and wrong.
Yeah.
You know what's strong and wrong? But
strong.
there's a beauty in the whole picture, and I was laughing about it the other day. This whole taxi man strike thing. Remember, so the man them wrong, you know. Remember, so like me just don't want to drive because the taxi man them, you know, and bike man them, you know. Them just driving in your vehicle, broke the one way and head on your vehicle, and them now break up on themselves.
I said they're the bane of existence on the road. Yeah.
And look much ticket. Them have 150 ticket and the system, them say they record the system. Both governments say them try to record the system for the longest time. So them go sub up now and have all of that now. The tickets them come up now, them are boss, them want amnesty. And them know them wrong, you know. Them know them wrong, but guess what the man them do? Which is the bright side of everything. Them unite and decide to them going to call a strike. Them wrong, but them unite to them going to call a strike. And strike. But the strike, like, it wasn't called a soft strike because we could have just said, yeah man, the corporate area I just offer 3 alone, you know what's in the car. Island wide.
People feel it.
Country town, everywhere.
So
the strike was so serious that Jamaica.
Yeah, 2 days no school, him could have go school.
Yes,
there are certain schools
there was such a big standstill, not just in Kingston, Portmore, St. Ann, all over the place, the taxi man them strike. And them wrong. And them unite and strike, and the government have to come stop and look, and everybody have to stop and look.
It shows that we can unite.
So why we can't unite for the right things then?
The right things.
Yeah.
That is my problem now. Unite for the right things then. If we can't unite for that, which is wrong, why we can't see everything we are going and say, all right, no, the country now run right, you know. Sometimes we are blame the government. Yeah, the government's at blame, but we at fault as well. So it have to start from the man in the mirror and we move over. Because Jamaica is a place, so we already know so the politician them come. 3/4 of the politician them start, you say, you know. We come in the politics, you know. Them come broken and left rich. All of them have big house and one bag of thing. Ask them how much of them come in there with no money. No, after them not come in the money, but about 3 or 4 of them have money. And we can call name. Who come in there with money. Everybody when me see attack on TV and attack this and attack the people and attack and go and hype on one back and come in there broke. Zane, no come with no real, like no start no good business, no have not in the profession, have doctorates, no man have this, but no really come with no money, no come and no come set. So everybody left with money and the country keep on just a spiral. Una left rich
and the same thing when I play the FIFA documentary.
That is why I bring it up because the same thing.
Corrupts, absolutely.
The same thing in the
like from you reach a certain power positions, you're likely to become corrupt. It's almost like an inevitability.
I was asking the question. So you're in the position that you're in. You're in it because it's influential. you're being connected and networked into a system where you can profit off it. So like if you have ideas, if you have things, your own business, like you can put forward, like you're in a position of power.
Yeah.
Is it that wrong to benefit from your position?
Yeah, wrong, but it's just when you pass a certain threshold threshold of greed.
Yeah.
Is if you line your pockets and aware in which your actions, it don't seem to be towards the benefit of the people
Or
you're
the country.
supposed to be working for.
Serving.
Yeah.
Yes.
Country by extension.
Yes.
That's when things go bad. Not say if you, as you say in Harry, nothing wrong with what the FIFA man them are doing for line them pocket. I just don't get blatant to them and get too greedy.
Yeah.
No.
If you take couple kickback
Granny.
and them thing and say, me no can say me I work hard. A hard work me I do. And for see how much money they in the game, of course me I gonna want some of that blood clot money.
Yeah.
But when them man them forget who put them in there in the first place and why they're there in the first place. So when the man them in a FIFA, they have no football experience.
Yeah.
Them
Like
never work in a football yet.
Like Chuck Blazer, the fat man.
But then just they in there for money.
Who grow them granny in the room? Who used to grow them granny? There's a next granny. My
I
mom.
grew up with her, but she never raised me.
I'm a person that love the old time saying them. I love the
years.
old time saying them. I take on to the old time proverbs and stuff for old time people. I like it. My mother used to say a lot of them, man. And me just always lock onto it. There's a saying that we just normally say is like, ear not growing and body and mingle. You ever hear that saying there?
Yeah, I think so.
Ear not growing and nobody
I'm
and
not good
mingle.
with sayings.
So that means if money there, some money just a flow through, so at some point people are going to touch it. All right, cool. We understand that.
Yes.
But we are say, somebody must, we want patriots. It's time we get some patriots now. It's time we get some people where, no problem if you want have a piece of food and you want houses and
No problem.
But our thing is, all right, so you come into the business and want all house have this, and you find yourself with 5 houses. And you look out and say, all the people them where you come from, the community where you come from, all them places, the people them have the same down house when you have 5 houses when you come from this and a 5 houses you have, and nobody runs have a good house. When something got a good thing, your conscience got touch you and say, boy, so the money there and a piece of money that got hide off. You have enough money in your offshore bank account already, you can try fix the community where you come from. Not even that. So if one man fix the community where him come from, and another man fix the community where him come from, and the next man fix the areas of Jamaica go better because we know how to survive hungry, you know. We know one name one shoes, you know. me know one name one shoes.
One shirt, one pants.
Me know one shoes. And listen, when we have one shoes, we have one shoes, I go church, we have go school, we have do everything with it and rare. Remember where we come from, in the 80s when we are grow up in early 90s, when rain fall, we take off the shoes and we roll up the pants foot and walk in the water because we don't want the shoes get wet up. None for them politicians in a power right now, on the both side of the fence, come from that. And them man there right now have offshore bank account, Swiss bank account, Cayman bank account, and whichever other place them have beep, which is Virgin Island and them place and rare, and all them thing there. And them have the bank account and them rich. And if we ever see one of them on the bank account, I just see what them man they are holding the money right now. We Jack don't have heart attack as young as they be right now. But them still now make the country better. Cause you have to be patriot. You have to have some kind of conscience and say, make that piece of money
Exactly.
a star. We must can fix your own. We could just fix. If every man fix one place,
the more you want.
cause Jamaica, brother, we're the happiest people, you know. We have man we wipe car glass when you pass the stoplight, you know. You have man out there wipe car glass and them have him boombox over the stoplight, man a dance and a wipe car glass. I want them
14.
Oh, him happy so, you know. How you wipe car glass and happy so? And you hungry and happy so? So we are a happy set of people. So and you take nothing for we much for we happy, you know.
Yeah.
So imagine if certain things could have fixed Jamaica, like some little dini things could have fixed Jamaica.
I see him thing like with the FIFA documentary. I refer back to that.
Of course, you see
the African man, the African man, them a part of FIFA.
Yeah.
They take them pocket their money, you know.
All right.
Them put it back, them put some back in African football, and we see
the development and where it reach now.
You know, I believe it. So when it was supposed to be for Qatar, them beat to Qatar and them say 1 million and them laugh, that's not enough. And them say, all right, 1.5. So a 3 man and then get 1.5 each.
Yeah.
Obviously, which to me it's obvious that the $500,000 would have been for them, but the $1 million it would have probably got to the country.
The country.
Yeah.
And it work.
Yeah.
Jack wanna get 10, him hold 9. Yes,
No, tell them on the part where Javi,
Yeah.
the one them got Trinidad get for go World Cup.
Yeah.
I remember the year when them qualify.
Yo, Trinidad qualified for the World Cup, Jazz. I don't know if you did hear it at the time. Jervis probably know about it.
Yeah.
The man them World Cup, the man them the player them got to Jack and say, oh, Ray, this is our list of demands. We make World Cup, so this are the payment and payment structure.
70-30, 50-50. So one thing was 70-30 and one was 50-50. I don't remember what it was.
A different thing now, but they have some different things what them say.
Like revenue and like what them get from advertisement and blah,
Jack
blah.
agreed to everything.
Yeah.
So, man, cool. Yeah.
That can work.
That can work.
I saw Jack wicked.
Wicked!
Yeah. Koolface. The man them play a World Cup, them play good. They may have not make it out of the group, but them play good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, follow.
You know, say the man looking at the man them as a big grown man there and give them how much $400? $800.
Yo, Trinidad and Tobago.
US dollars.
Trinidad and Tobago. Extradite him now, please.
Wait, no, I did that.
The big man will play a World Cup.
And then Carib got court. Settled. They must say it was such an embarrassment. Them have to settle. Oh no, them not get paid.
Wow.
Trinidad and Tobago
Money
government.
unaccounted for.
Send them out
They
now.
not get them full money what them forget. All these things.
They must say $15 million. Them say on the travel. Like how much them say like $15 million for accommodation. It was just like Shaka Hesop is like madness.
Yeah, no, yo.
Madness.
Yeah. He's Shaka kind of vocal about a whole things.
We didn't know where the money went.
Like he must say like he might look on it and talk about all it like he break it down. But like your sister, some of them some exorbitant thing where you say this cannot be. I talk about $15 million for travel and accommodations.
Yo, them
That
fish should be
doesn't
more.
make sense.
So Ari said fish should be more then.
No, of course, no. Jack Warner are wicked.
Him forget shoe out.
No, they
Jack
get you
Warner.
but then they
Okay,
better replace him. Him the corruptor.
But corrupt.
No, I know that. Don't want that, Jerry. Come on, him say this speech.
Yeah, man.
And I'm trying to be better. We're going to put the past behind us. He's a Caymanian.
Yeah.
We're going to put the past
Caymanian?
behind.
Yes. You're second place.
Jeffrey Webb.
I'm a third still. A third. Trinidad are my second place. Love Trinidad. I'm a place that.
Put it like we're going to put the past behind us. You know, it's moving forward and da-da-da-da. Man, they want to keep an election. I think I was the president with Sepp Blatter.
Yeah.
And they, I think it was the Qatari man, bin Mohammed.
Yeah.
Yo, Ari deep in that. Yo, we not finish watching it. We not finish watching it. Yo, Ari deep in that.
Javi, so the man come and they were supposed to do it. And then laugh and say,
Just come in that position.
And like, they come straight up and say, so much you pay me.
Don't say how much I pay for my food. Man,
Man,
just reaching.
Yeah.
We're gonna change.
Cayman is a very expensive place to live.
And just to place the most corrupt man, I think.
Exactly.
If not one of the most corrupt
I'm
man,
not that bad.
Yeah, we're not
But
that.
Yes,
I want
but
to clean up the thing. This man's happy.
Oh, fucking animal farm all over. Like, you know, like.
Cayman is a very expensive place to live. Plus, the man want a beachfront property to live.
Yeah,
And the man, if as a big president, for conquer coffee and
And in involved in a politics too. You know,
yeah, and but if you know, so the Cayman politician, them smooth too. Like them smooth.
I said that them did I say yo, the brother me smooth man, smooth talk,
smooth man.
Yeah, man.
And you don't breed them. You don't really breed them because them don't look threatening. Not tell them just look smooth like pitney look like I say yeah man. Puppy look man. Them have it man.
Yeah,
Tell
gotcha.
us if you watch it.
He was watching it. As someone knows say it dead, but whenever they get
Yeah, I watch a couple, not fully, but I've got through it enough for catch on to what really are going. That is why it's so funny to me.
And that's what I say, is that, I understand, I say, listen, from when they build it up to, because it was, them never did think say, football would have gone this far. But it gone this far, and them realize what them can benefit from it, and how them build it up into this thing. But, like, some of the time I say, bruh, like, on a thief, them thief, and them just think say them not gonna get catch with the thief, and that is all. Like them just get more and more.
And them so them not get catch, you know.
Yeah.
And I like them not get, you know. Them just feel like them untouchable.
Them
That's so rich. Like you, we are untouchable. We're so influential. We know the right buttons to press and who to call, and it move. Cause football is a world sport.
Yeah.
Everybody else sport with them I come with. All right. The only other event that makes any sense is Olympics. So everything else pale in comparison to football. So them know so really right away. We are just on the pedestal and everybody can keep on bow down and kiss the ring.
Yeah, them cultivate a culture of criminality. Then.
Yeah. Corruption.
I've answered initial question, or no, I don't feel it's necessary. So you don't ask the question initially. It's not necessary, but it's almost an inevitability.
Yeah.
So once you have certain corporate structure, or it just fit in at the whole capitalism regime, is like it almost a breeding ground for criminality and corruption.
So that's what I say. Like corruption is inevitable.
In a sense, almost unavoidable.
And just so far,
the only thing you can do,
right.
you can keep it like at a small level, like places like Denmark and those places, and or again, I'm say like least corrupt nations. Denmark is one of them. Where again, Singapore is one of them as well too. So all of these places are very low. Finland
supposed to be like,
all right,
it kills me
and
every time.
them railroad them kick out the train off of the tracks and know we have this. So, but what we can do, everybody else say, what is the solution? The solution to Jamaica problem is a politician need to go to jail. That's the first thing. If that not happen to Jamaica, the corruption level will never drop. Because them do that Singapore, That's what them doing. I think same thing. Politician move when them say, all right, the man coming up and say, this not gonna work, and the man say, you get catch, prison time. And when him get prison time, and I say, lie. Minister of Ray get prison time. And we not talk about like we are going with the education minister, when nobody no remember nothing about. The money move up now and we no hear nothing. I just be a silence and crickets here. Man, I say big and serious. Prison time. And we not talk about lock up in our house. Prison year go. What a 5 year. Boom. 5 year. Hard labor in the place. Everybody clean up same time.
Bad stuff.
We can actually go prison. It means we're not actually above the law.
From that happen, everything changed. So until a major politician, when I talk about a little scapegoat them have, we are running a couple years like current Spence with the pit teeth in life bulb and a command from around us and a man around there. So like the main figurehead, them, the big man, they will come up on TV and upon it nice and rare. One of them man go jail, Harry. Right now, Jamaica change.
You know, I get what you're saying and I agree.
You know, let's change it.
I agree that, you know,
that change enough things.
It would go.
Corruption level drop from sky high and goes one like an elevator bus.
No,
it
they would
move.
just do it better.
No. Somebody always listen.
They would do it better.
Somebody listen. Somebody I just at Jamaica. Must say Jamaica is a place like this. We must say foreign different. Jamaica have a thing when name. We not like informer. We not inform. Remember, so Jamaica is a place where a man will say a man shoot or kill him family member, you know. And them nah say nothing, you know. And I feel him family member, I say, Star, I'm inform, Star. I wait till I get big. I'm going to shoot him, Star. Or something call it. We have that. So we don't have that in our DNA already for not talk things. America is a place where whistleblower, as I say, as you slip, a man talk. Jamaica is a place where we grew up with that thing named wallet dog. No matter what I'm telling you, wallet dog. Right now, me, you know much things me can talk. If me talk, people drop down right now, but we grew up in a wallet dog. And that's how we grow up, we have wallet. So it's just one of the things, if people always know, I just let nobody not talk and nobody not show the evidence we are going. They say, we see some little thing happen.
That's why they're for talk.
Oh, the little thing happen. All right, for instance, Jamaica stay. See, we go to book now. We go to book and look at the newspaper and say, 400 million missing. Them don't know where the money gone. I say, I start reading the article now. I start go through it. I look at the article. Man, I say, it's because it was COVID and things was running so fast. So we just give out the contracts them and we never went by the sign for the $400 million dog. You know how much money that?
Yeah.
Zine? And then the article that say, them must have 30 TV did buy and them know why them buy TV and them know the TV them gone 30 TV.
Really?
When the hospital bed no there and them thing there, I say, somebody, if you have a one man now, if you have a one man we're in this now and say, Star. Even like the girl in the documentary now, I say, them have the water food and them give me $2,000. When I have 150 grand, them give me take me a $2,000 for her. And go say, no, not that. Not even that. Not even just point out. Have some documents, something with them and move around and take some picture of the documents and just find one website and leak it on one website.
Leak it.
And everything come out. And people say, that them I do. And bring attention to it. That you know want to talk and people single out and say, you're informer, put it on, leak it on the website.
Whistleblower culture.
That's what I say. If let me say.
Serpia probably the only.
Serpia do a great job. Because sometimes some things when me don't know what going. When me go upon it and start listening, I say, blood clay, how did I miss that? And I go back go research and say, I'm fact check. You're true, Mattel. Anything you say the man I tell you, and you fact check it, always show up. And you have to do that. The man even tell you, say, listen, Him fact check it for you. Him say, yo, newspaper article and him red line it and say, yo, this is what happened, this is what happened, this is what happened. And him tell you everything and me I say, yo, but they are firing them brethren them, you know. And I listen to my friend them cuss me, Star, that big informer man, they all listen to Star, oh, I'm telling you, waste time, you listen to them man, them say everything good. No, me see man them call me, dog, Star, me listen to 2 days straight, I got something with the dog I thought, dog, I know them thing the dog. I say, you start listening now. When you never listen, you not cuss me, say me listen, me start listening now.
So even, one I like to bring up therapy, because even certain things I bring up with like music, are you surprised to hear certain things?
No.
Music?
No.
And like, certain figures in music?
Certain things will happen. And most of the time I'm right, you know. It's 1 and 2 times I disagree with him, you know. Mm-hmm. Because, alright, what I really go on with the music now, and people need to address this really, and me want to address it, to make everybody know my stance, because me not do nothing about music. Me not thief, me not rob people, me not scam, me not do nothing. Me hold my hungry, me not have it, me go in my bed with some sugar and water and hold it. As long as my pitney alright, and my woman alright, and my mother alright, me good. We grow hungry. We know what it is for hungry. Hungry can't kill me again. I can't tell a man that. So me as a man just do what me I do and try to do it with integrity and the best of my abilities. Mm-hmm. What I go on in the business is too much so-called producer get old. So this is why the government at large and the parliamentarian can always use music as a scapegoat and time anything not go right. Because guess what now? You have some man where they know, them a pickpocket. See, them a scammer, them a drugs man, them a thief, them a this, them a that. And them go up and have a piece of food and them say them go to the studio and like them all because all we like music. So man they run and realize him know 2 artists. I'm saying no, so I can't buy one rhythm off of YouTube. I know one man, I can't buy a rhythm from him, buy the rhythm from him and give the artist my money and the rhythm come out of them go up on the dance and go up and rhythm and give them 2 food and them start play. All of a sudden he's a producer. Seeing people no remember say for 25 years I'm life. Seeing him a thief and gunman and drugs man. All of a sudden him a producer. See? So as soon as him get hold pan nothing, this producer by the name of such and such was nabbed with this amount of gun and that amount of that. People at 2 years now him a producer, you know. At 25 years him up on the road I run up and down and thief and criminal. I'm a career criminal and all of a sudden him a producer and a producer and a pint. Yo, and the politician him come and say, I tell you these producers, these musicians is mashing up the bit. Brother, the man is a producer. The man is a man who's get up and decides him love music. All of us grow in the ghetto, all of us grow love music. And him realize him love music, him have a piece of food and they run some man and end up do it. Him and a producer by right. How long him a do music?
I've asked you, Koolface, somebody who in the music for several years. Is him a whole several different slashes in music, you see me?
Soundbox.
In a piss you off because he would have talked to Izzy just before this, Izzy Beats, and would have talked about the standard of music and how. And it's a conversation we've long been having with several people over the years. So the ease of entry with certain people. So not only on the criminal side of thing, but on the gimmick side of thing. A man can just left the gully, no, actually easy to build an example. No offense, but just left any old part and say,
you have to say, why should you
as long
left
as
the gully,
some virality attached to him. I'm surprised say the taxi brother what did I run on people.
Yo, you know that pissed me off on a different level though.
Yeah.
It pissed me off on a different level, you know. When me see it, me I say, yo, this is why the country gone to the dogs. Because everything is fun and laughter and mommy used to say, what is joke to use dead to our next man? So you realize that this big clown, you know, run on the people them and start the taxi.
Actual clown.
You see? Real clown in real life. Say my bad man clown, a bad bad people and call all in the videos. If somebody call me and say, no, see my call it that name. I call one name in the something when I go in the car, like somebody say, somebody touch me, say, no, him call one that name. I say, oh, you ramp with him thing. And me I say, I saw him, you had a name call, and him call a name and say, you want to ramp with me thing and say, come out of the cab and one bag of thing and be a woman in the cab, you know. No man never in the cab. Be a woman in the cab, I'm the woman them wicked. Seeing and now look, we see things are going on and and the people them go around, everybody are run with them, I get interview everywhere, everybody are hype it, and somebody look at me and say, Koolface, all I need to do is come do a song name. I mean name Clowny, I mean taxi stick. And then everybody are run with it. So it's not just social media. It's the people them were responsible for putting out good music out there, not doing that because me beat everybody for the woman name Amari, you know. And much people, anytime I call some radio man person, I pick up my phone and say, what I do? I'm mash up this. Man, I start get mad and start call some man for come paging on the workplace and start getting serious, you know. And I say, Koolface, you talk to me, say, you mean? When I mash up this, Me there for protect it. You know why me I protect it? Because maybe if I never this, me if I sell drugs and I shot people and I shoot people and I run up and down and do all kind of things. This give me a platform for come out of poverty and don't have to walk down a road where we grew up around. Remember, some I grew up with crazy killer. Walton Park with Kingston 11 and 13, I grew up with much man, a bad man and gunman and one bag of thing. And I said that's enough for me. Enough you grow around that and see a way out through music. Oh, now go on like you know clown out this thing and always a feeding basket for how much people. Oh, now to put some respect on it and some integrity to it.
We have this discussion. So the people out there take music for you. Sorry for thing. Koolface will have the brother named Casino up here. It's a decision that I regret.
It was such a disappointment.
Because the man presented himself as a gimmick. I treated him as such. And the people then cuss me. Right? Couple months from that time, they know. Where is women?
Listen, all right.
Where is he?
Let me give you some story. Let me give you some side story.
Because he present himself as a sympathetic figure, and the people them love a good sorry for story. You know what I mean? Oh no, yeah, the man sorry. Yes, the man good. Yes, the man tell the man actually have people that think say I'm an actual good artist.
No, but all right, Naro. Listen.
I swear things that me they live in a bizarre land.
No. I'm going to point out 3 things make you know. First thing, you're up on a platform, yeah. You're back off abroad. You're back off abroad.
That's why mad whole heap of
bench press and them something. You're back off abroad. So first thing, I get that. You're back off abroad. You have to strong. Secondly, I met Casino before I named Casino Magnum Kings and Queens. Because I did Magnum Kings and Queens for a couple of years. It was something I really love.
What you did with Magnum?
The prelim judge. I'm one of the main prelim judge. So they carry me in my December time and I do the road thing for pick out people and to go through and stuff. So I really enjoy it. And that is when I realized how serious. Because like I don't even know if Magnum realized what them really did do. How deep it is. Yeah, there's a thing for promote and get the brand out there, but it was more than that because it was the only platform that since the two government and since PMP and them start mash up the music, them come together and start mash up the music. Back up a stage show. When we grew up, the whole past stage show is to keep the community them when we grew up. If you're going to Maxwell Avenue, if you're going to Walton Park, if you go all these places, Greenwich Farm, all these stage shows to keep up. And the success is government from both sides come in and kind of crumble down things. So the youth them used to get a little exposure and get a chance to nurture and sift down them craft by going to a little stage show here and stage show there and doing them thing there. And that used to help develop the youth them. That stopped. So Magnum come in now, you have to learn on the fly. So you have 2 songs we can DJ do the audition. Them say, all right, we like that song here. And you go make it to the TV performances now. You come. Every week, you have to find a different song. Learn how to perform it. So up on the fly, you have to perform it for the TV and live audience.
It was a real test.
It was a real test. Yeah. And Dancehall have that test for a whole long because it mash up because the man make sure them kill it. So that was a real test. So that was so important. Enough people never realize how important it was. Yeah. So by doing Magnum and seeing him come Magnum one day about their Clarendon, I can't forget. Man come a Clarendon and same come for DJ and the man come at time black. I hit ball like he must live a foreigner or something. And the man start DJing a Buju voice. Sanjay them can't tell them man a DJ like Buju like the man goes so. And then them a play must say lean back with him. With him a chop and man say man's like him start DJing must say I'm gonna do this and
yes.
When the man open me mouth, this is what I know say. This is the next thing we love with Magnum. Clarendon is a place where have hundreds of contestants line up all over the place. So when him come and man over that line and the man start DJ and the man open him mouth and say, I'm gonna do this to you. I'm gonna do this. Everybody we are DJ, everybody we are buy food, everybody we are practicing a warm up. Stop do the man do. And start pay attention to the man. Everybody start do the man do and I say, what you man this? Everybody is away. I mean, I say same bad and say them true. The man DJ, everybody scatter them, nuts them, everybody. I say, yeah, bad. The man must make it to the live performance and stop shot. Me no see him back again. Wow. I see this casino thing and come. Casino, I say, oh, it's a gimmick, man. This Jesus piece of man. Everybody show me. I say, the brother, yeah. I know why you not about him. Tell me him have a song where I say, him with the Superman thing, and I say, yeah. Him again, dog. I don't want to listen to him. Then I made a piece of song. Superman, you want me that song. Then me underline in my knapsack. And I said, but the boy, the panky though. Alright, let me listen some more. And I look at girl song and people call me and say, Koolface, listen to me. I say, you know, say, boy, bad. You know, say, cause here what, him have, as bad as him are going, I can make up a voice there, but in the boy where I know if you hold key and hold him know them nice better than enough boy where they DJ. So him have that, but then, but to the gimmicks thing, and him look at me and say, start go watch it. But then the man know, see him develop him thing, I'm thinking I build up and I start and him say, a man call me and say, you don't know who that? And I say, no. Him say, well, I'm gonna do this. And the man come and me and him say, I'm gonna do it. I like him that. Some say, him bleach. And I say, them bad artist. Me bad from long time, you know. So him go and bleach and do this himself. Him I say, boy, I don't know. You know, we ever see him go and do him thing. See him and I go good, everybody like the man get up now. But him go eat the forbidden fruit, youth. Where you reach this up. How you video yourself I eat forbidden fruit with girl with that foot but I'm dirty, all kind of things. But I say, yo, that's how I'm rich, so. Oh, you come do this to yourself.
He's been a do gimmicks and he's seen that the gimmicks have been rewarding him.
He never need that.
But do that and feel say it would have rewarded him. And it proved not so.
So him feel like some got some do so interview and people think I run with it and people Jamaica said no. Jamaica people say yo, when I take everything with him and short, you know. Tongues down for it and dash him away. No, but I remember him about 2 garbage truck come pick him up and carry him around part of river town with him dash him away right now. And him man have talent. Him never have to do none of that. What him have to do? Him when him do that, him never. You come get the people attention with the gimmicks. All right, yeah, and I know you're the first person to do it. I'll come and tattoo yeah. Get the people attention and start work on him craft and show people say these are really a gimmicks, but just wanting attention. So enough people do it. But why you gonna run this? But have patience and work on your craft and believe in yourself. Because if you believe in yourself, I don't think you do that because you get a highlight and I like say nobody not pay no mind. So that's why I say the man them just use the music and any man can just walk in as Nigel Stafford. I say, you know, you can't see a man get up and say, you know, so I feel like me a doctor today. I'm going to a hospital and turn doctor. I man say, no, so me a liar, me a going to the court and say, Your Honor, I'm defending. No. They have to go school, law school and med school and one bag of thing for much years. Musician thing and producing thing and don't think a man just get up off and push a man sit down around one corner and get up and say, you know, me a producer tomorrow, man. And everybody say, yeah, man, producer. And then when them get old, if you do something wrong, they must say, I'm the producer guy, and then people check it back and say, no, I'm not a producer. At 30 years, we know him, you know. I am a pickpocket, you know. So they see me catch my pickpocket. I'm a pickpocket, I'm not a producer. People don't want to do that. So that is the scapegoat. And I'm tired of it. And so I said, yo, the people them need for differentiate who a producer from. I not say producer and get themselves in trouble. I not say artists and get themselves in trouble. But the majority of them money right now, them a chop, them a do this, them a do that. Them a not really, that just a thing, is a vibe thing with them voice a song. If you play on them phone on the corner, and it catch you 2 more man and them go 2 dance and to them do money pull up and buy NSC. The select them start play it so much it catch on in people's ears and them start to them an artist and them a producer and everybody are run with and them get old tomorrow man and then security minister come on TV and say here's the music, you know the music, and a long time them a do it because Peter Bunting do it too and say the music cartel them a rare and now say when me a sleepy chunk come do it now because you know him can't come up with a crime plan, so now music are the scapegoat. And you know, him tell the people say him can't wake, sleep with them door open and don't know how to deal with it now. Them come with gun honesty and I know what to do. And now one madman carry 5. One madman carry 5. You see the video, the gunman carrying one madman carrying 5 fake gun where they make out a board and carry and say more money. That must be the hunger gun them get.
It look like he wrap it in a black tape.
It's a black tape, and that's the hunger gun them get because them don't have a crime plan and them want look like them a do something. Because election soon call as me also. Enter election soon call them come with the most gimmicks. The biggest chopper them. They now God knows, you know. In a jacket and tie. Them man they a chop up on a different level, you know. All of them man they when them man they come out before time come and them man on the 2 side come to you for talk to you know. And sweet up here and don't tell you say, yo, I'm here man. You say you say that house you live in a yo, when I done, when I win, you say, what man, a mansion you go get. I want to know man, and people say, mansion, Lord God, we go vote. Them not see them back, hungry that kill them around there. Them not see them back. Them are the biggest scam of them. They in a God knows right now. A suit and tie, and them a trap people. Them a trap line a long time before nobody know them trap line that.
You know, when you say them thing there, it kind of hard because, like, for really take them serious sometimes.
But we know.
But the thing is that when you pre the messenger, and I think that's why there's a disconnect between like dancehall people and politicians when they come out and say certain things. Because even we here, we parse through some of them words and say, you know, say what them are say true. But it's like when they look on the messenger, them always even bring up like them history and say, yo, a politicians and politics make certain things even embedded in the country right now. So I call out we. So it's like it's a bag of finger pointing Go on. And it's like, there's no real
I think
looking in the mirror and reflecting.
I think the true villain
Prince say,
here,
yo, what can we do to actually solve issues?
the true villain here is there's a lack of accountability.
Yes.
All right.
And I'm listening to Koolface, and I'm trying to be cool.
Yeah, message.
But
Guy, what about government?
I get where you're coming from, and I appreciate that you just solely put it on.
No, I'm talking about the
government.
people in the country. I mean, in the music.
In the music. And I totally agree, and I even agree that neither party, neither government, whether past or current,
past or current don't help.
They're not blameless in any of it. Whether them not do it now, but the history of the both parties, they had something to do with it. So if you go back to the history, you see there was a battle between ideologies of communism and capitalism, and they were getting help from Russia and
Cuba.
USSR and Cuba and America, CIA. So it comes in, but what may I say is we can't not know just pretend as if things have not shifted. Things have shifted.
All right.
And that is why I'm so upset right now, because I used to say that, like, I used to be angry when people blame music and say music is the cause of this or whatever. And I mean, I've sat here and said that I know, and anybody who have any sort of reasonable sense know that music is not causation, but it's a correlation. And we see where the influx of music, and I feel like we've gone over this ad nauseum, and I mean, we feel like a scratch record here. But it's like, I can get why you're somebody in the industry and you feel insulted when especially the politicians and I guess the prime minister
blame
and security
music.
playing music. I get that, but we can't pretend as if it's not shifted. Like, politicians now, even they don't have the influence they once had over communities.
All right.
They don't.
Koolface. No, beat mute. No. The beat never got two sides of the fence,
No, but let me finish, because we need to accept that. And that's what I say, like, people are pretend as if, like, people say, what about politicians? Like, if politicians don't have the influence they once did, parents don't have the influence they once did on their children. People are being socialized. Excuse me. People are being socialized now, not just only through their communities, but them find themselves being socialized through social media. And wherever, and what is popular culture is dancehall music. Dancehall in Jamaica is popular culture. Dancehall slang. The dancehall is popular culture in Jamaica. So when we see the glorification of Obia, when we see the glorification of killing, and they see the guns and everything, bad man and criminality, that is the point that we're making. That is the point that is being lost, and it almost seems as if it's like a red herring. And like just the fallacies with the arguments where people come up with, and it's like nobody wants to take accountability for it. Parents don't want to take accountability for their lack of parenting.
True.
Politicians don't want to take the lack of the lack of accountability for policies that they're not improving, acts and laws that they're not improving and getting up with modern times. And neither artists don't want to admit that they are part of the problems. Politician. If you ask any Dan right now, you can probably ask him and say, where you get gun from? Who buy your gun? Them not gonna say, I them MP buy them gun. Maybe that's not what them say. Or they must say MP, and one artist will come from a community. That is what they're saying.
All right, I can agree with that.
So to pretend as if there is no, like, artists are so blameless and they're so pure and like, oh, it's me. I've never seen a set of people who are so, them not have no problems, but them constantly shroud themselves in victim mentality.
And when it comes on to claiming mentality, they are trying.
I was saying victim mode, but
when it comes on to claiming a claim for positivity within the community and within society, they're the quickest to say, hey, I love this. But what I don't like, the other side of the coin, is when it seems like some of these politicians, we say it before, when they come out and seemingly want to point the blame just in the eyes of music, the face of music. I don't like that.
And I think, and I
because
guess maybe
it's a multi-faceted problem.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the point with me. I probably give them a little bit too much grace than I need to. But I'm saying when I listen to them or when I hear them talk, it's almost as if they're saying the pervasiveness of the criminality in the songs that are coming out, that are being the glorification of crime. And I think that is what they need to get twisted. And if somebody can come out and say, well, truly in essence, no one is blaming artists themselves. And if them really come out and say that, but just say, oh, we can't not acknowledge, we cannot deny that there has been a rise in the glorification of these antisocial behavior and norms, and they're almost coming par for the course of they're becoming our culture now. And we need to recognize that something is wrong. We need to do our part, and we're trying to do our part. We are trying to make things, we are trying to give amnesty, we are trying to do this, we are trying to work with, and it is going to
I'm going to break down everything.
I still attack like she's still
I'm going to break down everything. But I agree with
I agree
with Ari, because the blame can't drop on one side of the fence.
Yeah.
But this is my problem. You ever hear any politician holding accountability for all the things them do wrong?
No.
They don't do anything.
Even the things them know, so the people, not the public eyes of the people them know. One, first blame them, say, this crime culture and this gun culture in Jamaica is dancehall music. Push this gun culture in the culture now. Everybody love gun because of the song them. Right? Remember, say there's so much things, different things will influence people. Visuals is one of the most influential things you can ever think. Visuals. So, gun show, video games. All of the youth here, via video game, this a gun. My son grow sheltered. My son not grow like me where Walter man in place him grow. Him grow in a middle class, him born in America and grow in Jamaica and go prep school and all these good schools. Him don't really know that. And my gun, so some gun pan TV and my son can say, yeah man, an AR-15 that man, yeah man, as a 9mm, as a Glock that and rare. My son don't know about gun, him not gun. Game. Fortnite and all these gun and Call for Duty, and I don't make him play Call for Duty and him don't think that either. But him go foreign and him go yes and him friend him attack and him see it and him watch. Him know it. Him know all the gun them just by the games. Right? Gun shows. For one. Cowboy shows from the 70s where everybody used to watch. Remember, enough of the dancehall artists them name themselves after cowboy stars. John Wayne, Dillinger, all these people name after popular Western stars. Right? In the 70s, what they used to call rude boy music, we call gunman song and chapman, they call rude boy music. That wasn't really popular. One of the few gun songs, a song without gun line was Bob Marley, I Shot the Sheriff. Nobody never that sing, them a loot, them a shoot, them a shot. That's why they could talk about shooting in the community. Them never really have no gunman culture in a them time there. It was upliftment music and party scare and reggae and a revolution and talk about what me a mind and rare. And crime in the 70s spiral out of control. Because what? The same politician them, what them a glorify right now. Some of them buried on a National Heroes Park and some of them depend money and one bag of thing. And them man they help the gun culture to do make them carry the gun, come give the man them and say fight the war for we. And then when the war done them want back the gun them and say no we all about the gun them we have to gun them lock and then politicians so we can use them. Until election time come we can call them and rare. So we can call them and say yo we want votes everybody in the community. Make sure them under the line, under the movement of the PMPR and the JLP and whatever the case is. But not for the gun them if people, my mother used to tell me the story them. So plane a fly over, you see, plane a drop out crate with gun.
Oh, them come in. When I sell gun out here.
And whole pa gun like come through and one man chicken box, man a drop off chicken back. When chicken back used to come to the big brown box them that before you. Like chicken box, brown box, you fly to open a beer gun in there. Hand gun and man a give man gun, you some rare. And then Michael now shot go Cuba and try link with Fidel for send some man go over there, go to bigger this training. And some man learn to fire shot. And we already know, say when you watch Who Shot the Sheriff documentary on Netflix, you see say Edward say I got him see him them ask him I couldn't quit and hide in the corner like and I said in the corner I don't know what answer them ask him if he work with the CIA and one bag of thing. Remember say Bob Marley's one of the biggest producers of Jamaica and them try kill him.
Yes, yeah. So
them now say the gun culture come from there, so that have nothing with dancehall music. Yes. Shower Posse is one of the biggest posse known in America. Mm-hmm. If you want out the truth. Mm-hmm. One of the biggest posse, one of the biggest thing when people go Jamaica, man say, Shower Posse dog. And Ray, watch the documentary upon it and we as a people we say, shower. Mm-hmm. Right now and Ray, when we start check it out now and see the documentary them. Shower not really mean the shower mean because the posse used to go and shoot up the corner and shower them with shot. You watch the documentary. And facilitate them and get everything running. Mm-hmm. See them party. Yeah. See a man work with the CIA. Facilitate that gun culture and it embedded in how we know. Mm-hmm. Yes, art. Dancehall is a form of art form, so people are talking about what them see, what them hear, and them think their movies and everything put together as a creative. So we are replicate what we see around the communities and what we see around the place and one bag of thing and put it to songs. Mm-hmm. We still need to have some kind of conscience, some kind of what the word may I look for? That we need to look so we have some type of responsibility. Because we realize that these songs, some of the songs, because songs can change your mood from happy to sad and all kind of different things. It does play a part in our go-on. We cannot deny that. That is why I am for the whole ban on the Broadcasting Commission with banning these songs off the radio. I am for it because I said it from 2019 when we come to the last and I say, any song that have Mali in it should have banned. And from 2019 I said that. And now it reached to this nowadays have Mali epidemic now. And now everybody has scrambled. And I said that from 2019 because I see it come. So vision is a thing too. Sometimes we have to have vision, you know. We have to see what comes. Sometimes we have to wait till it knock on the door before we see it. We can't be proactive and see it come and say, this Mali thing, you know, because it's too accessible. It's little so. It's pretty. You know what happened with Mali foreign? One little boy must have it in his house, the college youth have it in his house, and I could sweet the jar, hide it, and the mother come to the house and she must say, go some choir practice, and she sit and say, these candies are so pretty, because them in a star and smiley face and pink and different colors. They're so pretty and take one, and say, they're so good and take two. And then go at the choir practice, and when the choir practice start, the woman start sing and start trip out and I go on one bag of thing, and them catch it on camera. The woman a trip out because she thought it was candy. So that's why I didn't know from jump say, the Mali thing you gotta get out of hand because it's something a candy. Any little picnic can't see it. If me I take Mali and left it in my room and my son going and say, daddy left some candy. And take it. It's not weed. You don't have to crush it out. You don't have to roll it. You don't
Simple application to yourself.
In your mouth and eat. So right away, anybody who sell Mali, that now if it makes you a special charge upon that. See like how America do it. If them catch you sell drugs in a school zone, it's more time. Them thing that the government have to look into them thing here. So there are certain things where them can look into and fix. With the dancehall artists them, we know it's art and we are trying to express ourselves and we need to express ourselves. But we have a responsibility to make sure say we don't go overboard and go around this and don't one but answer too much gun thinker, too much right, the dance thing, the Mali thing, too much of them thing they are going on the music right now. No disrespect, we can't be promoting done said business in Jamaica. Killer, bounty killer, I say jump up and cuss about it again and say, what we are going done said, when we are go school, done said is a disrespect. Now everybody around with done said program.
Glorify that now.
Glorify done said and done said at the program now. We can't support that.
I know the thing is because I kind of have some insight to a certain sector of them youth that the dance movement. And their thought process is that say, because we move a certain way or far from a certain place and obvious dance. So it's sort of like a trolling type of thing where them take it and use it as armor. And they must say, all right, since an obvious dance, we are dance. But when you talk to them, you can't say clearly they're not dance. I mean, but the thing is that the message...
The irony of it.
Yes.
I get it.
But the thing is that the message has become so pervasive. It's like, nobody not really read between them lines.
Exactly.
It's just dunceness being promoted.
And I think the problem is too, and that's what I'm saying. Like parents need to should be blamed on everybody because not everybody have the capacity to recognize what is irony. Yeah. What's a joke.
Because even Valiant song don't check on like him latest song when
I love the song,
It's a good song. And when you really listen to the lyrics of the song, you
but
get
it's not
it.
like somebody think because see what I'm say, spin down, grab card, the melody I'm going out wicked. Make me say, it's bad. But the whole dance. And the video wicked too, because the video. It's a wicked video, but as we say, it's a school, it's a classroom, you know. Everybody girl in some short clothes and in a classroom and drink and a gamble. So it's really a pull the
so
kids
it's just
in.
the very small, so the very small population of students who do that, do their truant. Them now go school, and if them go school, them skip class, them smoke, them
back
drink,
at the class, same way.
Back at the class. So when them hear this, they're like, oh, that's me. They're cool. They're popular.
I run TikTok. Every song, things we not have nothing to do with school, and them thing upon TikTok now. That's the song we are playing it. So it's influential. We have to realize that we have influence over the kids them. So we should be careful what we are say. We just don't want to be taking the brunt of everything. Everything that's going bad in the country is it. Because as me say, the government and the politicians them are use it for deflect from what them supposed to do.
I've always
so that's what them always do. So them
I don't like when it seems like they're deflecting.
Brother, them do it all the time. Because I see the other day one time Nesta Morgan come out now. Remember, so the same week when they talk about pretty much talk about the whole things with the 400 million and whole things that we are going. Him come there talk about me and my son I sing a song say back of the class and everybody now remember say the 400 million. Everybody talk about start the done song. You talk about the done song. Cause them know Jamaican people. My mother used to have a saying say things at Jamaica gonna last 9 days. And we are easily distracted. So them know say for them go sub up and then not just we. Them around the world them do that.
Yeah.
Cause COVID show this and COVID make everybody eyes open, man. Anybody who have sense, I go realize COVID the whole time, COVID, we can't turn on the TV, the radio, and not talk about COVID. And the moment Russia decide to go across the border in Ukraine and fire the first shot, COVID not dip on TV again. Ukraine. Nobody not remember COVID. So
no, I think we did forget about COVID long before.
No, we never forget because the commercial them run and we still are living at the thing there.
I think there was a period between the Russia war
over it.
Is when the Russia as the first shot fire, everything take the time start shift. When the shot fire, and
I think you know what I think actually.
World War III, of course.
Yeah, I think actually what happened was the George Floyd thing. At them time, the people did forget about COVID.
They never forget.
That was
but the protests that go on. But I'm making a COVID that people that walk with masks and I think the only time is a COVID shift. Because if you never for Russia right now, may lock up in the house, you know.
No, Koolface.
No man, come on.
Outside Koolface.
No, we did it all before that.
We have curfew 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock.
No. That's been done for a while. Koolface, I get things up. No. Koolface, I get the timeline.
Bro, it's free of a
when the Russia
We've
thing
been
start,
free from that.
when the Russia thing start, me say everybody starts pace away from the whole COVID thing. The gap start open. So come on, Naro. After the Russia thing, the place start space.
When the Russia thing kick off, alright?
That's what I'm trying
research
to say.
I see. Me there and watch the man them start space out
February 24th.
Yeah?
February 24th.
Yeah.
Russia invading a major escalation this year. February 24th.
Were you outside them time there?
Yes.
Curfew never that one?
No.
Police never lock up people same way?
From December last
year.
He was saying, listen, as January 1, we're going back to work. Everything I got started.
When you go back to work?
Exactly.
I'm back to school.
Yeah. Get the timeline mixed up. Yeah.
When the Russian thing, everybody start easy. Remember when we work off, remember Jamaica work off for everything we're foreign saying. So we know it already. So when that start, when that energy start,
get the timeline mixed up.
You could move up and down and talk nobody about me.
Yeah, you're wrong, brother.
You know, say it gets so bad that when I on the road, I'm at a studio. Me that studio I work. I never have none of paper them. And me never bother ask it. Me just say me no business. Me that studio I work. As me see certain time come, me I rush my neck come and come and say, yo, me no want to mix up with nobody. So you say musicians, not do this and musicians. So me always try to come off of the road. Because me know them go say, Koolface him popular, you know, him vocal about certain things. See him out just up on the road. Me make sure come off of the road. Come in and want them point no finger and use me as a scapegoat. Me is a goat, but not a scapegoat. See me I say?
Koolface, me don't think we have much time left.
So what you say what talk about? Yeah.
We can't have here and talk about what you talked about the last time. And then the response to what you talked about the last time. So Elephant Man, right? As I said, we couldn't have you here and talk about.
Oh, O'Neil Bryan. You mean O'Neil Bryan?
Yes,
I know O'Neil Bryan from high school.
Okay.
See it? All right.
So we had him here. Well, let's give the timeline, right? So
all right.
You were here first. You had certain things to say about him. Then he was here this year. And he had certain things to say in response.
Yeah.
What did you think of the interview? What did you think about what he had to say?
Let me cuss Harry first.
Okay,
go start by cussing Harry first. Can I say, you too?
All right,
you know. Remember, I never said anything bad about him. You know? The only thing I said about him is he not share. See, that's the only thing I said. Elephant, they need to share more. See, it's not me alone say so. Right? Everybody says so. So one time I already say, oh, Koolface come here, and some people say him start Jack and I say, boy, yo, someone call up my name and him not get no show. And Ray and Koolface see him have great ear. Yo, my sexy my great ear them elephant. Let me say that first of all. Remember, you know me from high school. Me tall, dark and handsome and popular from high school. Just remember that part there. Don't remember to talk some things I don't really want to talk. Secondly, ear upon your head, them not probably not grey. Because everybody I die grey, I die them grey ear. I want a young person in music with make them grey ear show. Because I'm confident enough to show it. But elephant, your ear upon your head, that ass tail that them use and make wig upon your head. Your head ball, you know. It's a lace wig elephant out here upon the head right now, you know, bro.
What is happening? You see? This is why I don't like this show.
The thing is, no, let me talk what me I say. Because me not say nothing bad, you know. Me say elephant need to share. Elephant, all the people that write for elephant, no, they're not getting no publishing. Firelinks, as me tell you, the whole concept of Pon the River and the plane come from Firelinks. Firelinks get no publishing. Every time Firelinks come here, ask him. Him get no publishing. Tornado write how much song. Deja Vu, they are foreign and live and race to write for him. I write no for the song them. Him not get no publishing. Bugle not get no publishing. And you have some other people who write song and not get no publishing. Nobody not get no publishing. Him for answer the question, and that is the question. Everybody I say don't share and don't like the publishing and rare. You try skip and go around and I try go around. The question is, why are these people saying that you don't share the publishing? You write the song them? Big tough head boy, you write the song them?
What
you write the song them, you can't put a proper sentence together?
What is
this
that?
You want to go there?
People have it to say that it's because because he has no more writers. That is why
I'm drawn.
He cannot find us. This is what people say.
No people, I said me. I am saying it on this platform that elephant cannot find no more song because the writer them leave. And I can call names that in a room them and can tell about songs when I write. DJ Liquid, Dance the Crazy Hype. He can tell you. The next time I see DJ Liquid, call him and ask him about Dance the Crazy Hype.
So you don't like touch your head?
Touch your head?
You don't like touch your head?
Listen, let me show you say wickedness, karma, people say karma, or what goes around comes around. Let me show you something wicked. Let me show you, let me break it down for you, make you sure. Touch your head. Who invented the dance?
No.
It's Monster.
Yeah. Oh, coming on. Monster.
So Monster. Monster is coming off the hottest dance in the Jamaica, which is Lego the Bird, right? So Lego the Bird is the hottest dance. Larry do a song about Lego the Bird. For some reason, him and him have some falling out on Instagram or some live where Monster did say some things and whatever. In the mix, when that happen, boom, that happen. All of a sudden, elephant ain't no Monster from nowhere. All of a sudden, elephant find Monster. Run find Monster. Which dance? Which dance you have next? Yo, me if you're rocking, you know. See, same goes boop and go find Monster. Find Monster, run going up in a studio with him. So Monster must say, the dance, so me have name, Touch Your Head. Same goes boop and get man for Billy Rhythm and raise some youth where do an album launch that they do the rhythm and one bag of thing. Goal up them. Big up goal up them. Them the good work. Them do the rhythm for Elephant and Rere. And the man name hot, the man name prime, you know. This is the peak of the man thing now. The man have the hottest dance in the Monster. The hottest dance in Jamaica, the man have an elephant man just come with him cross himself and cross up the whole thing and slow down the whole thing.
Why are you like this?
The man dance.
Ari, you stop that. You stop that, Jazz. Ari, we must be seen defending elephant.
We can't put a disclaimer.
We don't want it be our next 5-6 years till him return again.
So me and say no. Do no disclaimer.
These are the words
of Koolface. Yes.
Not necessarily those of the fix. Especially Naro.
Remember before that, you know, the song before that Elephant drop, him find a song with him say, find it. Remember that song there? Remember the big old promotion?
Yeah, they had a
globe. Yeah. See? They want to globe them have promotion and do find it. What going on with that song there? Them find it yet?
Yeah.
Nobody can find it last. Yeah. So the writer them will normally help Elephant and give him the good energy. Him not give back no energy to the youth them and the youth them steer from him saying nah find
I don't like how he even use energy a while. Like, he's the energy guy. Him have the energy is in him.
Well, energy him have now work. It's a negative energy.
You and him can't start.
No, listen up. Ari, if you not ask a question, allow me to answer it, please. Alright?
Listen,
ask the question. Allow me to answer it, please. Because listen, when you ask Elephant the question, him don't answer the question where you ask him for answer him go round. And me answer the question where you ask me. So me I say,
Koolface, hold on. In our defense, we were drinking and having a good time.
Okay, see it?
It was a celebration of his career.
Javi, I'm sure life funny. Them ask elephant the question him do on site. I find an excuse him and them vibe him. They on the vibe, they on them vibe. Cool. See, him ask me the question everybody about Jesus, Koolface,
Yeah.
No, me make me clot him. Kahma go and keep my run with.
Let me speak. Let the man speak.
Me alright, you know. As me I say, everything when me say I truth, you know. The truth me I talk, you know. People know. Everybody out there, cause certain things, you know why me don't talk certain things? Because let me show you something. Doctors at Jamaica, prime example. One time doctors in Jamaica commit negligence and them thing there. You ever seen a doctor go a court, go give testify against the doctor at Jamaica? No. You ever hear much things you hear doctor do at Jamaica? People and do bad medicine and kind of thing at Jamaica. You ever hear so none of them, no doctor come and say, oh yes, it's negligence. He gave them ibuprofen when he should have give him should have give them. How much malpractice suit you have? How much should I hear in Jamaica? How much? Oh yeah, but I know. But how much should I hear in Jamaica? So you ever hear a politician? You ever see a politician? You ever see a politician that go a court go say, yes man, you bought thief out this amount of money and hide it and go in one corner. Never see a politician do it yet. No matter where one with politician, them cost them one they stand come over, you see them a drink. Them down at the sports club a drink scotch and hide with and a laugh and say, you cost on everybody a follow with you, drink some scotch. Them good. So as a musician and somebody in music, sometimes some things we know nobody say nothing. But anytime them port the beer or the one lying asleep, don't wake him. Because him know
having a reconciliation with him.
No, listen up.
We're fixers now. We're trying to live up to winning.
Listen me.
Can we fix this?
No, you can't fix if elephant man be a big man about it. Because all of us make mistakes. None of us are not perfect. So all you have to say, boy, back in the days, it was just a vibe thing and nobody never really know what publishing is. And maybe me never know what publishing is and whatever the case is. And VP or whoever was signed to this guy with the publishing and some of them never get straight out. But I kind of learn from here and in. So now when I do music, the business of music have to come into play. So when a writer come and give me this and read, the split sheet is there and I sign off the split sheet and say, you get 15% for the chorus and me get that and me get this and everybody get a little percentage and everybody feel good. You can't go this with it. See? But you come go on like you smarter than nobody big done said, oh, you're ramp with.
You know what? All right, Koolface. Enough.
All of us have to just do the right thing. If we do the right thing, bro.
Maybe he's going through, he's having the same issue. What you said pointed out, like,
Koolface. You know how much kids the man have to take care of.
Don't make me want Just stop.
I should
Naro, stop and don't make me have to talk.
Stop it.
Don't make me have to don't get cross. Don't get me mad, you know. Because if me start talk something wrong, you know, the sky will open, you know. Because everybody wants to them a father and them a father boy, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Them never help them pick them without homework. They never pick up them son from school or daughter from school or anything. How much of them a father? Instagram, someone
sure
run them father thing.
At least 5 of them.
Well, hopefully, I hope say I love you have faith in a man. Just control if you have faith. Because enough people are talk about father will know. Quote unquote father. Hey.
You still live overseas?
I'm all over the place, you know. They came and did that, go up on a big road and they Florida and the Virgin Islands and then come back around because me have so much different things I do. Me scope on new prospect. Plus me have an album I work on named Indomitable. We're soon forward. And me have a Nickapella that come here. I do some work with him. He's from Ochi but living in Cayman doing work back and forth and stuff like that. So I have enough different things I work with. I'm always willing to try a look at 2 cents and help a look at one artist and help a look at artist this and thing because my thing is me always miss a sharer. That is why me comfortable. I can sleep in my bed. When I go up on the road, people can always show love because me share. And no matter where you come from, from the youth them come and say, boy, Koolface, me need help with this. Or you can give me some advice on this. And my DM full up of people and message me or artists. I say, what do you think other song? And at the time can do it. Me do it because we have to give back to the music and the industry because this I go save not just I get to youth life or youth people save my life and your life because a man with music are the way out theme. But remember said easier to get a gun more than get a job at Jamaica right now. No? A gun's there. So if a man want a gun, say, yo, I'm going to fix corrupt Naro and Koolface them. A man say, yeah man, say two, each gun you want. I'm going to show you, yo, pick a gun. Gone dead. So by a man we can point a man in our direction for do something positive or you have a little talent and you can see it. You can say, no, so that you there. I have a little talent, I go to steal him a little thing. I say, yo, see that way I do? Go at the studio and do that and do this and do that and you go say it I go work. And when him go and this master star, I never know. Sometimes the youth them just want somebody to believe in them.
This is true.
Yeah.
Sometimes them living in some situation where not even all them parents don't believe in them. You know the wickedest thing in life? If your parents, your mother, your father not believe in you.
That's why enough of the time when we talk to some of the artists, them will ask like, your parents did support you?
Yeah, what's the support like?
No, for them parents don't support them.
Yeah.
Because I know like them don't want to support them.
We hear know about that as well. Like,
yeah, I know. Sometimes I know. Sometimes I know.
Yeah, parents never support our dream. No,
but hear what? But sometimes it's not because them don't want to support you. Them just don't see a future in it. And they don't understand what it is.
And they're trying to be protective.
Yes, protective. So they're just like, Ari is a lovely girl and we say you have good headspace. So here we know. It look like you can be a doctor, you know. Look like you can be a lawyer. This podcasting and this other thing we are doing, think that.
Drop that shit.
Drop that all the damn in the money. I want to your style, people have a style, yo. All right, now podcasting. I get working in appearance. Now I want them that to be in a podcast, you know. Remember say social media thing and them thing. Remember say two social media.
They should stop. The space is getting overpopulated.
Yeah, but just with what go on right now with the two female social influencer them. Donnelly and
Sticky
and big up. You know I say Anika. R.I.P. So me I say like that we are going on. People say this not look good cause social media and have a stigma we go with it. People are say, oh, that them are doing, and people do that and so more and more when parents say, people on social media say, oh, me as an influencer, me I do this and me I do certain things. And parents not going to go with it. They might want to protect them because their parents' main job is not just to provide for you, you know. It's to take care, you know, because more people say, oh, if I provide for my pitney, me give me pitney name brand shoes and clothes and providing is just like one out of the P. Protection. Yeah. And preparing them for life without you and for the outside world because you see you don't have the youth yet. They're on the truck, see me?
Yeah, me I drive it. So you are the loader, man.
So here we know. You see, with this thing you know where you're a parent, it's a whole different energy when you start thinking about it. Like, if you drive, when you're a parent and you drive, and you see some little pitney come from school and one of them run off, you start brake and you watch. You know, if you see them start walk, you see pitney on the road and you speed, you start slow down and start watching because you're more mindful because you know kids stay because you're around them.
Yeah.
So me I say, and if you're a godparent that love your godkids and spend time with them, you're even more aware because being a godparent, it's a very important job.
They don't
People
know.
don't know so godparenting is
a
joke thing, you know.
They're godparents to my children.
You see me I say, my God, it's a serious job.
I don't appreciate
Do they come over?
This, Javi.
Do they spend time?
That big laugh out there. That big laugh out there. I never work with that big laugh out there, you know.
You're all over the place, Javi.
You can drive. You can drive.
She there place to place.
Yeah,
Javi, that big laugh out there, Ari run with me.
Kids aren't living a stable life.
If you're a godparent, you have to step up to the plate, you know.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't understand.
We step up to the plate when them out of the picture.
No. You have to step to the plate. No, that's
them not gonna know you when you come after.
In case them come to the picture because when they do this godparenting, you know, this you sign it enough. Anything up to the parent, you know, you supposed to step up to the plate and take care of them and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
So this thing is now and it help you to prepare for your kids as well. So being a godparent is very important. So boy, like big up to my godson Jaden. Birthday gone the other day, I supposed to come go lunch because I was supposed to go in party and never go there. So I came go lunch and stuff. Me so babysit and have him and have him with me and one bag of thing and up and down with me, pick him up from school. All them things that before me have my son.
Pot calling the kettle black.
So when me I deal with this, when godparenting is a serious thing, I teach you for parenting and that is the crucial training, the hands-on training where you get. So parenting is a serious thing. So make sure you take your godparenting skills built up.
What you say?
I don't want to be a parent.
You don't want to?
That's different from
don't worry, man.
the role as a godparent.
But if
you get rid of them sooner or later. Go on, man.
But the thing is, my friends should know that when in any case, I'm not going to just like do like interfere or whatever. But if you need me,
No.
Koolface. Hold on, Koolface.
No.
What if you pay the parent?
To do what?
What if you somewhat are responsible for the parent's employment?
But alright.
What does that have to do with the picnic?
No. I'm helping the parent to provide and protect the child.
That's not your role as a godparent.
Let me answer no.
I'm just asking questions.
Let me answer no. Same thing that I just addressed a while ago. If you feel like you provide for your kids alone, cannot be looked at as good parenting. Providing for them alone cannot do it.
Give them everything they want, that's all.
And that alone.
Exactly.
When you just say, I'm buying Nike gear, man, I'm be a brand I want to you.
There's more
when last
to
you see a
it.
picnic, sit down and watch some TV or watch some cartoon when you picnic and watch. When last you sit down and have a discussion and play Dolly house and pretend like you drink tea with your daughter. When last you sit down and she play the Dolly and you say, I think she have put your comb in your style and talk to the picnic. Them things important. Dialogue,
socializing,
and having physical contact and sit down with the picnic and sit down face to face. Or phone is such a good, you can open your phone and video call them and say, what you doing? What was school today? Where you get for homework and you behaving yourself?
Yeah.
If you behave yourself,
talk to them, Koolface.
What is your average at school? What is your average at school? All right, if your average goes up to 90. Me go buy a big Christmas gift. What you want for Christmas?
PS5.
PS5. If you get the average, if your average is 90, you will get the PS5. And if them average they are 70, them I put in an extra work and them I try. And if them reach 85, they say, all right, I see the effort. I go buy you this. And then when the average go up, I buy a lot of games if you go and run with. And then when the average reach up to 90, I buy the PS5 and I encourage them to work towards it.
Right.
So me I say, so them I earn what them get. So all of this is parenting skills because even if you go adopt kids down the line, you still need parenting skills. You see me I say? Take a village to grow kids, you know. So all of us need to have some type of parenting skills. That's how Jamaica, the old school Jamaica base pan.
You know what Koolface is rapping this, so I feel like I refuse that.
Yes, we rap it.
We support our next kid went in football games and everything.
They're not.
Well, wait till the twin them, bro. The twin them.
I just love kids, though.
Koolface, come on.
Excuses. All when them at 10, man,
when they grow up more and get little more, competency.
All when them at 10,
Javi, up to them, man. Them get clad up to them. So Aria spin right now. Aria said,
for extra fix. Javi calls out Aria and Naro for being bad godparents. Javi and Koolface.
Yeah, a Koolface.
Koolface are up you know. We have a segment called Bust the Utes in our podcast where we highlight some youths out there who don't necessarily get the highlight of the bus.
I love that.
So do you have an artist in mind and a song that you can?
All right. Nickapella is one of them on the list right now. Nickapella is on the list of a song out named Milo.
Okay.
Right now, he also have a little song out there that's been playing him. Like a catchy song that he did, like a freestyle that's going playing around and
Pick
stuff like
one
that.
though.
But I'm working with Milo. Milo is a nice good song.
Alright, so Nickapella, Milo.
Milo, but a girl want suck off me big toe. Watch your girl and say we fly girl with the UFO. If a girl get knocked, you don't know. But we full of style, so girl I say we at she call me her Milo.
I know so much, boy. I'm just give one thing now because I know so much young artists who come talk to me on a daily basis. So it just I know a million in my head I can.
Next time you can.
When you're ready, just can invite me. One time I'm gonna come forward. Sorry, forward. See me forward. I stand corrected. So forward, and we're gonna just pick out like say 4 or 5 of the young talent. And we'll see like who really sound good that I can get highlight. Okay. And we'll find out where them come can do the freestyle, and we're gonna pick the topics for them freestyle now. We're different. So then now we'll just come sing about chop, don't. Just say, yo, today we'll look on the we'll have a list of words and say, yo, so the mic, no, we're gonna freestyle now. Test you now and say, yo, want your freestyle about Naro, and I'm gonna on the spot and find the lyrics and build it around that now and say, we'll do one about Harry. So me I say,
I listen to Koolface, but we'll have a discussion. So anyways, that was Nickapella's song called Milo. How are you sang the week?
My song is Vari, and this song is called 360. The artist is called Vari, and the song is 360.
Alright, here
Dig up the marker for this pick.
This year, man, you smile with a laugh. Plan for stab you in your back. Someone beg the Father, watch me. 360, 24/7, please stay with me. Light my path.
Alright, so that was Vari 360, 24/7. Parentheses. Javi, you picked that week?
This week I'm using Kahma, and the name of the song is Strength.
Nice. I like that.
Jaja give me strength, come want it. Can't show no love for them cause all when school
class we. Poverty I coulda where you want from me. Jaja give me strength, Jaja give me strength.
The titles are nice too.
Yeah, Kahma and straight. We have made like Koolface. We're serious about the things, you know. Like we acknowledge our influence and we are trying to even highlight like gun song and them type of song that were kind of popularize the space. Like yes, we acknowledge when them bad, but like for even Bust the Youths, like we try our best to pick songs.
And I appreciate that because if everybody remember say. More, as them say, more hands make the workload lighter. Yes, if one man move one pebble and next man move pebble, like how the hands them work, you know, so you can build a mountain. So this is the start of great things.
Which is right. All right, now for my pick. I go with you.
Who's your pick this week?
Who's your pick?
You're so fake, Harry. I think his name is Zudaro 1963. Unique names here. I mean, a song called Salvation. Here to.
I'm on my way right now. No time to play right now. I'm on my way right now.
Alright, so that was Zudaro 1963. Song called Salvation. Now forget Jervis picked that week. I have 5 songs people.
What?
Week, you know what I mean? Jervis picked The East song called Loyal Language.
If he's stealing them a cap dog, but no supreme no. Smurf aim you up, laser beam you up. Say me clean you fuck, big head spliff, jet streaming Just spot the yarn and she a screaming The whole team is up, make the scheme up.
Alright, so that was The East Loyal Language Jervis picked this week, and that was Bust the Youth Songs of the Week, people. Well, I give thanks to the special guest, Koolface for passing through, you know what I mean? Friend of the show. Don't be a stranger, sir. You know what I mean? Give thanks for passing through.
Always. That was a good vibe.
Us, you know what I mean? Even though you managed to piss off Ari.
Yeah, I like that.
And probably further spoil our relationship with Elephant Man. We appreciate you, sir. You know what I mean? And all of your contributions to the music, you know what I mean? In all seriousness, I whole heap of them.
True.
You know what I mean? And man like you deserve to get them flowers too. You know what I mean?
There's so much, but there's so much more left to be done. And we need I'm just trying to focus. Like me personally, sometimes, like every time somebody say, you never tell me say do this, you never tell me say do that. I'm not saying I don't really want to dwell upon that. I want to have some more new stuff I want to accomplish because greatness is what I'm believing, and I want my greatness to be undisputed. When they say Koolface, they say, yeah man, I'm great man. You know what I'm supposed to say? I wonder if I'm great or maybe I'm great. No, you just know straight off the bat. When my name called when it pertain to music, I'm great. And the argument done. And that me a stamp in a place right now. So I have hope works I do. So right across the island, Trinidad, I have the soca thing I work on. I have the reggae thing I work on. I have the Indomitable album I work on. So I have a whole bunch of stuff I work on right now. So I'm all over the place. I do what I can do.
Look out for it. They don't know. Where can the people follow up on the socials, Koolface?
Social media is Koolface the Notorious. So it's Koolface with a K. Can't miss it. Koolface with a K. Cool. KOOLFACE DANOTORIOUS.
What?
Long.
It's a lot.
Jesus. For easy. Easy when you type in Koolface with a K.
Let me give you the simpler options, people. EDOTNERO. That's E.Naro. You can follow me on Instagram and
Follow
on the
me
Twitters.
instead.
You know what I mean? Where can the people follow you, Ari?
Follow me on Instagram at ARIHAMOND.
Javi Jobster.
So follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Just Jobs.
All right. This is the twin channel I go on to, at least the twin page. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have twins?
Yes, they're the twins.
So you're godparents to twins?
One twin. One. It's just one.
Oh, like a pair.
One of them get eat.
I'm not trying to mess up that.
No, I'm not. I just plugged the twin page on Instagram.
You know, that's how much you got. One day I draw them out for my son football match.
Did not draw out anybody.
Big respect to you.
I was there because I wanted to.
Thank you.
I do appreciate the attachment.
We know what is funny. Like they don't tell us, you know. Like,
They don't.
And when we try it, when they tell us, and we can say, "Oh, all right, yeah, we're free, we'll go." So we don't understand this. We don't appreciate.
I don't appreciate it either.
Nah.
I feel
They don't get it. They don't understand.
I'm watching over them from afar via Instagram, and so I'm plugging the Instagram.
The same thing when I cuss about, you know.
People don't know, so you can follow us across our social media platforms at The Fix JA, Twitter, Instagram, the Tickety Talks, like us on Facebook, facebook.com/TheFixJA, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/TheFixJA. I think I weed that in a put. This was cool. Koolface, come. Let's leave that. Okay. Leave.